All right. We're live on Sky Comics. Welcome back, everybody. I don't think anybody's in here watching right now. But for those of you that are watching later, hello. It's your boy, Sky Comics.
Hi.
Here with my boy, the Wiener Master himself, Timon without his Pumbaa.
Look at Team Wiener. Look at Team Wiener.
Is that what your little thing says? Like when we go live on your channel? Because none of that sound ever comes through on my end.
No, it sounds like elevator music. The song is actually it's from Burbank. Fucking let me look it up. It's so dumb that it's fucking they used to copyright strike me for using this song, and it's just elevator music type shit.
So I've actually found, because like when I first started putting videos on YouTube, I was just kind of letting Spotify play in the background while I'm like unboxing comic books, and a couple of them were just getting flagged. Like one of them just got flagged and wasn't like available to be seen in like Bulgaria and Russia. So I'm like, whatever, let it slide.
Yeah.
But then another one, they actually like cut the sound out for like 2 minutes of my video because the band, I think it was Dreamers, had a copyright claim on it, and they're like, nah, bro. So I had to go find these like public domain websites. And like there's stuff that's public domain, and then there's also like original artists on there that put their stuff up there for you just for free. All you got to do is like when you download the song, they'll give you a link for like credit. So like when you upload it into like YouTube, you just put that little whatever they sent you in the description, and that gives you permission to use the music, and you don't have to worry about it, and it doesn't cost anything.
All right, this song is called "Singing Your Name Makes Me Happy." On Burbank. It's 1 minute 50 seconds. But yeah, that's the song. You could listen to it on your free time and be all like, "This is what he used to get struck for." They don't strike me for it anymore, but they used to. Like all the fuck, I had to put their like a link of the YouTube in the description.
Yeah, you got to give credit.
With me. Yeah.
But YouTube's just on that, like, because like with my Instagram, like there's like you can use whatever song you want on your personal Instagram, but then like I switched mine over to a business account, and now I can't use like big name songs or like stuff like that. Like it doesn't even show up in the when I go to like add music to the video, it doesn't even show up anymore.
They're like, you gotta pay us. You gotta pay us that money you don't make.
Well, I mean, like if you do it on Instagram, like if you or even on TikTok, like at the bottom it'll say where the audio came from, like, and you can click on it and see who made it. But I guess the artist doesn't get paid for that, so whatever.
Yeah, because no one's ever clicking on that stuff.
I do sometimes, like if the song's like real catchy. Like there was this one that was out. I mean, it's still pretty big. It was called Lil Boo Thing. And
Lil Boo Thing, hell yeah.
Lil Boo Thing. And it was just super catchy. And for a while, like you could use it, but then like the guy that made the song was sampling another song that he was working on getting the copyrights for so he could put out the full-length version, and then he got approved. So now you have to also, if you use that video,
you got to use both. Yeah.
Yeah, you get copyrighted on both them motherfuckers. It's dumb. But today we are finishing up this phase of the MCU. We are talking Avengers Infinity War. We're talking Ant-Man and the Wasp. We're talking Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame. We got a lot to cover.
We got a lot to cover.
We got a lot going on. And luckily, I pulled up, oh my gosh, some talking points, but I like it better when we just kind of riff.
Let's do both.
Why not both?
I remember when I was a kid, got our first like little TV in like a whole other room of the house, and my mom's friend was living with us at the time. And it was so funny how she said it. She's like, now we can watch TV, and you can play video games at the same time.
Dude, we used to, because dude, I remember back in the day when you used to have a different TV for everything, and like we actually like jerry rigged uh this TV because we would go to Virginia every year for vacation, and we had a TV plugged into the van, like a little like one with like a VCR and everything. And
Hell
we would
yeah.
have that going with like a DVD player or a PlayStation. And we're just like sitting in the back seat in the middle of nowhere playing video games and watching SpongeBob and shit. Like it was
Hell yeah.
rad.
I like those vans.
But yeah, so okay. Infinity War.
Infinity War.
The start of the culmination of everything that we've talked about, everything leading up to this giant moment in Marvel in the MCU.
This was like the moment we've been waiting for ever since the end of Avengers. We get that first glimpse of Thanos where he just turns and smiles.
Yeah. And I wonder if like that was the plan originally, or if like when they started when they're like, okay, if the plan was to bring in Thanos and do the Infinity Stones, or if they just didn't know 100% what they were going to do with what they were going to do with the storyline. They're like, we like Thanos. He's a big name. He's a bad guy. He's tough. We're going to put him in there and see how the crowd reacts and then pick the story.
Yeah. Because then we don't see him again until either Guardians or Age of Ultron. We see him again in Age of Ultron. And that's when he puts the glove on. And he's like, I'll just do it myself.
Right.
And that's one of the things I liked about in Thor Ragnarok, when you had Hela walking by, and she's just like knocking over all this shit. She's like, oh, this is fake. This is fake. This is fake.
Send that link.
And then we see him again in Guardians, where he actually is like a character for once, instead of just like there.
Yeah. Like he actually has like a part to play in what's going on.
Yeah, it was good.
Somebody just asked me for the link to this, and I'm inept. Oh, here's the live one now. All right, cool. Share, copy link. They were just like, oh yeah, send the link. So I just went to my YouTube page and sent the first live video that popped up, and it's Wiener Cat. It's number 2. And I'm like, that's not right.
This is number 4.
Number 4. All right, cool. But yeah, man, dude, whenever, if I'm not like dedicated to watching all of the MCU movies, Infinity War and Endgame are the 2 that I always put on, because it's enough to like kill time. Like I could take the whole day to watch them, and they're just a fantastic story. Like they put like every bit of writing, editing, like CGI, like anything that they could do for any type of movie, they put into these 2 movies.
Or like you could even put them on as like background shit while you're doing other things, and like that's enough time to get whatever you're doing done.
Right.
And it's like 6 hours.
Dude, like I was saying, like before we got on, like I didn't start watching these 4 movies. I only watched 3 of them at midnight last night. I told my friends like what I was doing, and they're like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, why are you starting all of these movies this late in the day? And I'm like, well, because me and my buddy who are doing the podcast don't actually schedule anything. It's all very last minute. Like I got a text message earlier today, like, I'm free this weekend if you want to do it. And I'm like, fuck, I gotta watch these movies.
Well, just like tomorrow, my brother and I are road tripping to Dallas for Thanksgiving.
Do you have family in Dallas? Because you just said that, and I'm just like, okay, cool.
And
Texas.
my sister lives out there. It's just her and her boyfriend. You know, so like my dad's flying out from Florida. We're driving.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
I'll be back in Rockford this weekend for a couple of days for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I might be back by like Saturday.
Oh, I'll be gone Saturday. I'll be gone. But yeah, Infinity War.
Infinity
Thought.
War.
How, take it away,
How
sir.
how does this movie begin? I don't remember.
Shit. So Infinity War.
You just watched
I
it
am not.
last night.
I know.
I haven't seen it in a couple years.
So stop typing. So this actually, so it starts with like right after the events of Thor Ragnarok with the
That's right.
Asgardian
That's right. We're
refugee
on the
ship.
ship. We're on the
Yeah,
ship.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
It
Oh
really
man.
kind of it sets this like somber tone as it like gets into like the ruthless nature of Thanos. Um, yeah, so we're doing Asgard, picking up the pieces of what happened in Ragnarok.
I remember before this movie came out, there was like a deleted scene in Thor Ragnarok or some deleted scene somewhere, or shit was leaked on YouTube and it got removed or whatever. Because after I was trying to show people this scene before Infinity War came out, I was trying to show people this scene and I couldn't find it anywhere of Thor with the eye patch and shit, dude. And they're approaching Thanos' ship on their ship. Like, it was like I couldn't find it anywhere. After I was trying to like show it to my friends, it existed though. I saw it. Other people
You
have
just
seen it.
dreamt it, man. You just dreamt it.
And
Yeah,
it
so
was that
that's where
it was that
that's where
cool ass ship that he has in Endgame. Or yeah, in Endgame with the wings that fucking spin around or like whatever those. I don't know. Like it was the cool ass ship though.
yeah, it was really cool. And they had everybody.
And
And then
this is a really wild fucking way to introduce how intimidating and how tough Thanos is.
yeah, because you don't really get any real indication of like the power that this guy has until he starts interacting with these different characters. Like when he fights well, this is an end game, like when he fights Hulk, like and he's like he lets Hulk like beat this like get him a couple of times and then he like grabs his fist and Hulk's like, what the fuck? And he like and just starts getting after him. And then that's where you
Straight boxing.
really dude, he straight up like messed him up. And that's where we like really see that, like, okay, Thanos is this like big force to be reckoned with. Especially
Dude,
if you didn't read the comic books,
he killed Heimdall.
which was ridiculous because Heimdall is stronger than anybody in Asgard.
Yeah. Freaking Thor tries to go at him a little bit. Can't do shit. Fucking, he's about to kill Loki. And Loki's like, we have a Hulk. And that's when Hulk jumps in. Fucking, he gets a couple hits, like you said. He gets a couple hits, but after that, he just gets boxed.
Yeah. Dude puts him down.
And with like Heimdall's like last remaining like type breath or whatever, he sends Hulk away to Earth. Everybody else is like, "Fuck, what you like? We're just chopped liver." Like,
Right. But that's the start of Endgame.
Oh, yep. Beautiful way to start a film.
No, wait, it's not. That's the beginning of Infinity War.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Well, yeah,
Well,
I
yeah,
know, but
you said Endgame. You said
I
Endgame
thought it was
earlier
the beginning
too.
of Endgame, but it's not. Sweet, I'm on track. My brain worked for me for once. All right, rad.
No, dude,
And then yeah, because then
Endgame
Hulk gets sent to
is
New York and crashes through the Sanctum Sanctorum,
yeah.
and then Wong and Doctor Strange are like ready to muff this guy up, and he's like, "Thanos is coming," and Doctor Strange is like, "Who?"
And and then Oliver off at like at the park, like whatever that park is called in New York. Tony Stark and Pepper are hanging out, dude. He proposes to her. And
He
then next
doesn't
thing you
even
know,
propose to her. They're already married.
you sure?
Yeah, because his thing was he's like, you know those dreams that you have where like you have to pee and you can't find the bathroom and then you wake up and you actually have to pee. He's like, well, I had this dream where we had a kid and we had named them after your grandpa or whoever it was. And I woke up and it felt so real. And she's like, no, Tony, like I'm not pregnant. Like I'm not having. Now is not the time to have a kid because you keep running off with the Avengers and disappearing. And he made the promise where he like no more surprises. He's like, no, I'm done. Like, okay, cool. Like, no, it's me and you. Like, let's build on this. And then Doctor Strange,
It's like I need your
and
help.
yeah, he's like, I'm not like, who are you? Like, what do you want? And then Bruce comes out and starts like just like this real emotional moment, and he just gives Tony a hug, and he's like, dude, no, like Thor's gone. Shit's sideways right now. We need your help. And then that's when we really get that's where we get our history of the Infinity Stones. Because we get one in Guardians of the Galaxy. Like you see it at the end, and like they all link up together to beat Ronan. But this is where we get like what the Infinity Stones are, how many there actually are, and kind of can grasp the nature of what Thanos is trying to do.
He told us his plan. Like, no, I don't. When does he reveal his plan? I don't think he reveals his plan really to anybody. Because when he makes the snap, nobody knows like what really happened until a little
No,
bit
because
later.
they
Like,
talk about it. They talk about it in that movie because it's because like Thanos' whole thing up until then, he had the same mission. The Infinity Stones were just his way of making it easier,
yeah,
and it was just they knew that he was trying to wipe out half, but it didn't come till later in the movie. But we knew what he was doing.
I don't think it was until Titan when they're fighting him on his home planet.
Was was it really that? Was it really at the end of the movie?
I think so. That wasn't even the end of the movie. The end of the movie is when he goes to Wakanda to get that last stone from Vision's forehead.
I guess that is the end of the movie because he snaps his fingers at the end of it. But even well, I'm okay. So there's so much that happens, and it's such a long movie. Like when I fell asleep last night watching Endgame, they were it said I thought that there was only like maybe 15 minutes left, and I thought that the part where like when they finally do kill Thanos, that was the end, and then there's like a whole nother 30 minutes of shit that happens. But yeah, so we're in New York. Tony, Bruce, and Doctor Strange are talking about like what are we gonna do? Like who is this guy? Not 100% sure. And then we get I don't know the characters' names. I don't think they were ever said. They might have been.
One's Cole Obsidian, which is kind of fucked up because the Cole Obsidian are a whole race of people. They just named one character Cole Obsidian. And then there's three others. I forget all their names. I can look them up real quick. The children of Thanos.
Yeah. They show up and they go to like and then like our Avengers go to confront them and
All
like
right, Ebony Maw, Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive, and Call Obsidian.
there we go. Now we have names. But they go to confront. Well, they go to see what's going on. They have no idea. They just see a big spaceship through the hole in the ceiling of the Sanctum Sanctorum, and they go out to see what's going on. And the two guys come down. It's all Star Trek style, and they like Tony is just like, "All right, Bruce, like, let's do this." And Hulk won't come out. Hulk's like, "Nah, fuck you." Like, I just
Stop
got my ass
embarrassing me
handed
in
to me
front of
by
the
this guy in
wizard.
10 seconds. Yeah, the wizards. Which was, I mean, this was a cool little fight just to kind of show like the strength that these opponents have
Yeah.
because they start messing up Tony's Iron Man suit, which I saw a post about like it was in some comic book group that I'm in on Facebook that somebody was complaining about how like Tony Stark's Iron Man suit gets weaker as like he progresses. I'm like, no, the enemies get a lot stronger. Like,
Enemies get a lot stronger. Then there could be an argument with the nano suit possibly being weaker than him building like actual like sheets of fucking metal type shit. Like I could there could be an argument there where the fucking it's way easier to fucking destroy the nanobots than it is like actual armor. But
I mean, I guess, but because like it even like it proves it with just how Thanos just murked Hulk. And so
yeah,
like you really think that like his henchmen aren't gonna be a force to be reckoned with too? I don't know. But I thought that was kind of a weird opinion to have that his his armor got weaker. I'm like, Tony's whole thing with like the different Iron Man suits was they're supposed to be better, more efficient,
yeah.
stronger
Well,
because
this
they
suit
are
is definitely
constantly finding
the
these
nano suit's
stronger.
definitely more efficient, and it probably has a lot longer battery life for sure, and probably even more powerful attacks. But its defense is probably lacking, this like slightly. Like what you see later on with Bruce Banner piloting the Hulkbuster armor. Like the Hulkbuster armor don't really get wrecked; it gets trapped inside of a mountain, but it doesn't really get
No, because
wrecked.
that dude, the big guy with like the claw axe thing,
Yeah,
rips off the arm when they're fighting.
yeah, but that's it.
That's it. Like that thing was created to put the Hulk to sleep, and this guy just rips the arm off of it. So that right there just shows that this guy, the henchman, the guy that's not Thanos,
Yeah.
is strong enough to fuck up what was created to defeat the Hulk. I don't know. There could be a whole argument there. But yeah, but it's cool how they started adding a little more of the personality to Bruce Banner and Hulk and like the duality that they have.
Yeah.
Because they still haven't figured out how to like coincide. Like it's either Hulk and Hulk starts becoming a little more conscious and can talk and think and make decisions, but then they're still separate and
Well, yeah, because
they haven't figured out that they're the best together.
at first Hulk is really just he only has one of the three personality types. All he has is the id, and now he's starting to develop the ego. He don't
Right.
have the super ego yet, but he's starting to develop the ego now. You know, like,
Yeah, because he got wrecked and he's like, nah, nope, not letting that happen again.
yeah, and that's what I thought it was. A lot of the times, when I thought it was Hulk. Hulk was afraid to fight. But I think also at the same time, Hulk was just tired of being that guy that's always being used for the fucking like you guys only need me when you need to fight. You guys don't let me just hang out and kick it type shit. And I spent a whole fucking whatever time on this planet where everybody loves the Hulk and they hate Bruce Banner. And like it was like my first time ever getting to just kick it on a planet where everyone loves me. I'm the biggest celebrity. Fucking like,
No, I didn't even think about that. That's valid because, like, yeah, with World War Hulk or Planet Hulk or whatever you want to call it, he was Hulk for a couple of years. Like, he was there for a long time. Like, Bruce Banner wasn't around. Hulk got to
Hulk got
grow
to
a
live.
little bit.
Hulk got to live for once.
Yeah. No, but that makes sense. And they kind of poke at that too in Endgame, where they like go back in time to get the Infinity Stone, and they're like all getting in the elevator, and Hulk's trying to like get in there, and they're like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 what the fuck are you doing? Take the stairs." And he's like, "Really? Fuck you guys."
I mean, he probably does weigh more than 2,000 pounds. And that's
Well, yeah,
that's usually an elevator's weight capacity is right around
yeah, but
2,000 pounds.
you think Tony Stark don't have some kind of special shit in Stark Tower where it holds more weight? Like, come on, dog.
He didn't. He hasn't redesigned his elevator for a Hulk yet. He probably didn't even know Hulk was gonna be on the team yet. Like,
no,
and then
not.
when he finally meets him, because Nick Fury is in charge of who's on the roster, I think. And then
Initially,
well, no, because he did give Tony Stark the files of like who like on that Suicide Squad movie when Amanda Waller is going through like, oh, we're gonna get this so he probably did have a good like manila envelope full of everyone they're trying to recruit.
yeah, because like Nick Fury's not a salesman. He doesn't have charisma. Like when he tried to get like Peter Parker to do shit, he just kept calling him, and then showed up and tranked his best friend while they were in fucking Europe, and it was just like, I need you to do this. Like because it was in a cutscene, wasn't it, where he gave the Avengers Initiative folder to Tony, and was like looking through everything.
Yeah. At the end of the first act,
like, oh, you don't actually get to be a part of the Avengers. Like, I just need you to.
Yeah.
No, actually, the original recruiter was Black Widow.
Well, she recruited Hulk.
Tony. She also recruited. She was there scouting out Tony to see if he would fit. Like, she was doing his character profile for Nick Fury.
Okay. But the Nick Fury we have in Spider-Man, that isn't even really Nick Fury, dude. That's Talos the whole time.
Who?
Talos.
Who's Talos?
Talos
Nick Fury?
Huh? No, dude, it's a Skrull disguised as Nick Fury because Nick Fury's at the time is running the SHIELD base in space. There was two Skrulls. One was disguised as Nick Fury. The other one was disguised as Maria Hill. Because they were running SHIELD or Sword up in space.
What? Well, that goes to show that I did not watch the TV shit.
No, it's Captain Marvel. It's a Captain Marvel.
Oh, the movie I didn't watch last night. Dude, I had to make a cut. I was like, man, I'll be watching movies until fucking noon if I watch all 4 of these. But yeah, they fight the children of Thanos.
They're after the Time Stone. They're really only after Infinity Stone. So they're after the Time Stone. They can't get it. Spider-Man comes in, fucking helps, fucking he escapes his field trip, helps come save the day. Tony Stark's like, go home, you're grounded.
That was funny, dude. Ned is a ride or die. Because Peter like just interrupted the fuck out of him, like slapped him in his face, and was just like, make a distraction. And he's like, we're all gonna die. Like, no hesitation, just jumped on that shit.
So we know later on in this day, everybody gets snapped. Do you think they were on their way to the field trip to catch the plane that they were originally going to go to Europe? Do you think that was the field trip they were on? Like,
I didn't even
and that
think
they don't
about
go
that.
back until post snap?
I don't know because they didn't. I mean, like it's a cool theory, but you'd think that they would have said something about it in Far From Home about how, because I mean, like they bring up the blip because like Flash is on the plane
Yeah.
and he's drinking a cocktail and MJ was just like, he's not 21, he blipped, so he's actually only 17, and he's like, what? I mean, it could be. That'd be cool if it was. But no, because they said that they were on a field because he says in the movie, Peter does, he says in Infinity War that they're on a field trip. I don't remember where he said they were going. I think they were going to a museum or something. And he like Amsgrade. Because it was a school bus. Like there was no luggage.
Yeah, like because even on a coach bus, like all the luggage would be underneath.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a cool
Yeah.
theory though.
You right.
I
All this
remember
shit's
some
man.
stuff.
All this shit's fantastic. I think they're only fighting two of the children because then the other two go after Wanda and Vision. They're living
Right.
somewhere in fucking
They're definitely like Eastern Europe.
yeah, they're living somewhere in Europe. They have a fucking sweet ass place, probably funded by Tony because they neither one of them got a job. Yeah.
None of them have jobs. None of them. But they pay for all of this shit. Because like even when they go in Endgame to go get Tony back, like they show up in that brand new Audi. Like, where did you get that? It's Tony. Tony's been paying for everything.
Well, every car you'll ever see, every main car that you'll ever see in the MCU is an Audi because they're the main
Yep.
sponsors.
Right.
So like,
Which is cool. I like Audis.
I like them
They're
too.
slick. They're slick.
They almost get Vision. They're on the run though. They end up meeting up with fucking Captain America and Black Widow. Help save the day.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they would have got him if Steve Rogers didn't show up.
Yeah, because motherfuckers straight up stab Vision in the back. Like, I think that one's Cole Obsidian, the one with the spear.
Could be.
Proxima
I didn't.
Midnight is the only gal of the group. I forgot the other two's names. Proxima Midnight. Wait, that's what I just said.
Ebony Maw and Proxima Midnight. Whoever Ebony Maw is.
Ebony Maw is the one with the that's like the with the black skin. It's Ebony.
That makes sense. So yeah. So Tony and Peter end up going to space. They get on the ship because Doctor Strange gets taken. They can't get the stone from him, so he's just like, "I'll just take the whole thing.
Yeah, just
I'll figure it out. Just come on, I'm done fucking with you guys. Like, just let's go." And what Wanda and Vision just having their little, oh, we needed time to ourselves, and just because we're in love and we need to be normal people. Like, you're the Scarlet Witch and he's an android.
yeah, like a super powerful android. He can phase through solid objects. He can I think there's a version of Vision that's also a shapeshifter. I know
Could
it's not
be.
this one. Even though like he can, like in WandaVision type shit, like he can turn himself into, but I think that's Wanda doing that. I don't know.
Everything that happened in WandaVision was Wanda.
Yeah. Wanda or what's her face?
I don't remember the other witch's name.
Agatha Harkness.
That's it. That's it.
I love her.
Stereotypical witch name. How creative.
I mean, fucking Wanda's name is Maximoff.
Wax him off.
Maximoff, because she's Magneto's daughter.
Oh yeah, her and Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Which they don't. I mean, they kind of poke at that in the X-Men movies with Quicksilver, but like Wanda's not there. He's not a Russian kid. He's just this little dweeb that like steals candy bars and PlayStations.
And like the comic books have retconned this shit too, like to where they weren't his kids after all, and Polaris is his actual daughter because she's got she not only does she have magnetism powers, she can control Earth's like magnetic field type shit, dude. Like
That's cool. Yeah, it doesn't make sense that Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch would be his kids.
I mean, Quicksilver looks a lot like him.
I mean, so
So
so. I think that was just like a fan theory that Marvel decided to kind of play around with, not like confirm, but like keep hinting at until they figured out what they actually wanted to do with that.
yeah. I mean, I like Ralph Boner. I mean, not Ralph Boner. Like I like Evan Peters over the other guy that played Kick-Ass.
Oh yeah, I didn't like him.
Yeah. That guy's gonna be fucking Craven the Hunter.
Yeah, I'm not super stoked about that movie. I'm gonna go see it.
He did get pretty fucking jacked though. Like
You have to.
I mean, you do have to. I'm just
like, look what they did to the kid that played Adam Warlock or Black Adam. Yeah, Adam Warlock. Him.
Yeah.
Like he got jacked.
Yeah, I like that kid. He was pretty jacked in some other shit. He was wasn't he in the Maze Runner movies?
Never seen him.
Oh, dude, those are good. He's oh man, like everyone just remembers him from that fucking Jennifer Aniston movie.
Yeah,
fucking like you guys are getting paid,
right?
And like he's grown and like he's done cool shit since then.
And dude, when like he got released in the MCU and he had the accent, I was like, that is a terrible British accent, but that's how he actually talks. I was like, man, dude, like you're doing a good job, but you got to work on your dialects and shit, dude. Like you need a dialect coach, but that's just how he talks.
That's funny.
Goes to show how much I know.
For a long time, I was getting them mixed up with Cameron Monaghan.
Oh, yeah,
huh?
Cameron Monaghan is like Cameron Monaghan is just the good-looking version.
Yeah, he's like the Pokemon evolution.
Yeah, it's like if Cameron Monaghan got stung on the face by a bee. Like, the other guy. Oh my gosh, are you drinking Bush and not Hams? You fake ass fan.
I got Hams too. I bought these. I was at a gas station the other day. Gas stations don't carry Hams, dude. Like
they do not.
They want to have that shit sit on the shelves for 8 years, and then yeah, they'll carry it.
Yeah,
we're going to space. We're flying to fucking Titan. What else is going on? Oh, we fly to Wakanda because somehow Steve Rogers just has access to Wakanda.
Well, yeah, because that goes back to Civil War, because that's where they took Bucky. That's where he's been chilling this whole time.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Fucking the White Wolf.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Which I kind of wish that we could have seen a little bit more about how they pulled that off, like having Like, I get it, like, T'Challa, like, forgave him because he realized that he was, like, a sleeper agent, but, like, I kinda wanna see what that conversation looked like about, like, how he convinced all of, like, Wakanda, like, "This guy is gonna live here now, but we're just
Yeah.
gonna take his arm."
No, we're giving him a better arm.
They gave him the arm in Infinity War.
Yeah.
He was armless when he comes into the movie.
Because they're building him a better arm made out of
Yeah.
vibranium.
Which is rad. Which Rocket was just like, "How much for the arm?" He's like, "It's not for there." Like, "Well, I'm gonna get that
As you
arm."
see, though, in the holiday special, he got that arm.
He got that arm.
He gave it to Nebula for
Rocket
Christmas.
always gets the goofy shit that he wants. Like when he gave Thor the eyeball, he was just like, "Oh
Wait.
yeah, this guy." Like,
Did he
I
give
just
it to
took it from
Nebula
him.
for Christmas, or did Nebula give it to him for Christmas?
Yep,
Nebula
cool.
gave it to him?
I think so. I think so. Yeah,
That's still either cool.
I've only
but
seen the Christmas special once.
I only saw it once too, but it had me laughing my arse off.
Your arsh.
My arse.
Your
It was
arsh
good.
off.
I loved it. I loved it.
It's great. I've loved everything that I've seen from Marvel except for Captain Marvel. I don't know, man. I couldn't do
It
it.
has its eye rolling moments. I wish Jake was on here because he's the biggest Captain Marvel fanboy.
Oh yeah. We can just publicly shame him for liking bad movies.
No, I don't hate the movie.
It's
I
not a
don't
bad
lo-
movie.
I don't love it either. And it has those eye rolling moments, like why they call it a cockpit, or the fucking there's that montage of her just fucking standing up. Like she fell off the bike, just stands up. She flips over her race car, just stands up. She fucking fell down at basic training and she stands up. Look at that montage of her just standing up.
It's
And
dumb.
then there's a fight scene towards the end of the movie and it starts playing fucking No Doubt. I'm just a girl in the world.
And isn't she fighting Zod? Isn't that the same guy?
Yeah. No, I don't think Zod's in the movie. She's fighting against Matthew McConaughey or whatever, right?
No.
Well, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is playing that?
We're gonna find out. Because like I was just like, wait a second. Doesn't the guy that plays Zod play the bad guy in this? Let's see. Hold on.
Jude Law. It's Jude Law.
It is Jude Law.
Totally
different guy.
That's not who plays Zod. Zod,
I like who they got to play Zod in the Superman movies. I don't remember his name, but he's never like a big he's
Michael Shannon.
Yeah, Michael Shannon. That's him. That lurch of a motherfucker. That dude's big.
My favorite movie of him is that Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie where he plays the fucking bicycle courier, Premium Rush.
Oh yeah, so what is it? The Night Before or something like that.
The Night Before. I don't know if I've seen that.
Really? He's in it, and so is Jason Gordon-Levitt.
No, Joe. I'm talking about the one where he's the bicycle courier called Premium Rush, and then Michael Shannon plays like a cop. He's like a crooked cop, and
I haven't seen that.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character doesn't know like this package that he's delivering. He has no idea what it is, but this cop, like he knows what it is, and he's trying not to have it fucking delivered to whoever he's trying to deliver it to. So he's just like on his mission to fucking just defeat. Like he's like riding in his fucking squad car, fucking chasing after this dude while he's on his bike.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
It's good. You'll have fun.
They're both in The Night Before. It's a Christmas movie with like Seth Rogen and
Wait,
Falcon.
no. Yeah, you're right. I have seen that movie. That fucking I love that movie.
It's so good.
I love that movie.
The creepy drug dealer, and he's like, "Get the fuck out of my car."
He's like, you got an entire fucking gram of coke, but only one joint. Dude, your wife like totally misproportioned these fucking drugs.
Right? Yeah. He's like, yeah, she doesn't know anything about drugs. Everything in here is messed up. But Tony and Peter are in space. Tony doesn't realize Peter is there. And Tony's trying to like work out, all right, we gotta get Doctor Strange out of this interrogation because we don't want him to get the time stone. And Peter pops in with his pop culture reference. He's like, "Have you seen Aliens? This old ass movie?" Like Tony's not 50.
So yeah, I grew up watching Aliens, motherfucker.
Right? Like I saw it in theater when it came out. Which was really clever. That was the only way they were gonna beat that guy.
Just send him out to space.
Yeah, like it's just like we can't go to toe with this guy. He's magic. He's gonna kill Doctor Strange or like whatever. Like we need to just get rid of him as fast as possible.
Oh, we're using our made up names.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm Spider-Man. That was good. I like the comic relief because it is this story, Infinity War and Endgame, is tragic. It is sad. Nothing happy ever really happens in this,
No,
but we get our comic relief, which I praise Marvel for. They're like, this is serious. This is some real world shit, but we're gonna try to lighten the mood a little bit.
I mean that's
We're
how
gonna have
life
some
is, anyways, dude. Like sometimes in your darkest moments, dude, that's when you need to laugh the most. You know,
100%.
like
100%. Which I wish DC did a little bit more of, but whatever.
that's why Black Adam was good. Fucking, and then DC's not like, nah, dude, we don't want to do more shit with you, Rock. Sorry. I was like, but I made your best movie.
Yeah, I don't know why, because like that was solid. Like I liked Black Adam. I think it was goofy that they did Shazam first and then came out with the serious murderer that is Black Adam.
Yeah.
Because it's the same guy, essentially. Oh, another thing that I found out is that Shazam is originally Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Like the character design, like the whole Shazam thing, where like the kid
His
says
name was
Shazam.
Captain. His name was
That was a
Captain
Marvel.
Marvel.
That was Captain Marvel
Yeah.
originally.
Yeah.
I was watching this DC thing on HBO Max the other day, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That's wild to me.
He was Captain Marvel. But and he wasn't even originally a DC character. I think he might have been like because DC bought a bunch of characters that were going bankrupt and like a bunch of like Charlton shit and
Well, that's how they got Superman. Was they bought the rights? I think it was for like $100,000. They gave these guys, the creators of Superman, and
Joe
then just
Simon and Joel Siegel.
yep, and then just ran with it.
$100,000 back then was like in quite a bit though too.
I think it was $100,000. I don't remember. I mean, it was a good chunk of money, but like it's showing like what they did with Superman, and and these guys didn't get any more money after that until they sued him.
You
But
know,
that's a whole nother discussion about how comic book companies don't pay the artists
I
well.
think that's what Jack Kirby's family ended up doing too after he passed. They ended up suing Marvel and DC.
Yeah. No, even like the guy that because there was a third guy because Spider-Man was what Steve Ditko and Stan Lee noted Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, but there's a third guy that worked on Spider-Man that never got any recognition, and like like Stan Lee publicly was just like I think it was after the guy died or there was a big hullabaloo. He like retracted and he was just like, oh yeah, no, he was a part of the process the whole time. I'm like, come on. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
Oh man.
So we're in space.
Worst.
Squidward is in outer space now.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Which, did you see? There was a meme about those two characters and how they resembled, and like they're trying to like link the Lilo and Stitch universe to Marvel, because the big dude with like the axe thing is supposed to be Gantu, and then the magic guy is supposed to be like the high priestess or whatever in Lilo and Stitch.
I've never seen Lilo and Stitch.
Dude, the resemblance is uncanny. Let me see if I can find the thing. I'll show it to you.
Oh shit, dude!
What?
I'm pulling up their characters, man. Like, yeah,
Like, they look a lot alike.
that's funny.
Yeah, there was just a fan thing that like, oh yeah, Lilo and Stitch is a part of the MCU because of these two characters.
Yeah, there's the Grand Councilwoman, and yeah, Captain Gantu. All
Yeah.
right.
And even if you look at Stitch's red ship from the first movie and compare it to Star-Lord's ship in Guardians of the Galaxy, they look a lot alike.
What's his first ship called? I know he names them after fucking bands and shit. Like, I think the
Oh, I
current
don't
one's the
remember.
Benatar.
I don't know.
He names his ships after fucking like pop culture, though. References.
Everything that he does is pop culture references.
That's all he
Like
knows.
when the Guardians run into Stark and Peter on Titan, like they find out they're from Earth, and he was just like they talk about the dance off, and he's like, oh, and Footloose. He's like, exactly like Footloose.
He's like,
Is that still the greatest movie ever? And Peter's like, it never was.
You know, it's good. Good for the soul.
I never liked Footloose. I thought it was dumb. But then, so Peter and Stark are on Titan. They're dealing with the Guardians. They get their whole thing together. They figure out that they're on the same side. And then what's going on while that is happening? I don't remember what's going on like back on Earth.
They're on Wakanda.
Well, yeah, they're in Wakanda and they're like setting up for the. I guess that is how like where the war actually starts. Like the big fight,
because they're trying to
right
remove the gem,
the
from
Mind
Vision's
Stone.
head. And we skipped the whole fucking scene with Guardians of the Galaxy going on to get that Infinity Stone from the Collector, because they're like teamed up with Thor or some shit now.
Yeah.
Thor's got to make his new hammer, and so he takes off with Rocket and Groot, and the other Guardians go to fucking take over. Go to nowhere. Go to nowhere.
But Thanos was already there. Yeah,
he's already there. Made fucking Peter shoot bubbles out of his gun.
Which with that scene, I wish they would have like kind of shown like the Collector actually like fighting Thanos, because isn't the Collector supposed to be like an OP-ass character in the comic books?
I don't know how his powers work exactly.
Because like him and his brother, I don't remember what the character's name is from
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster. They're supposed to be like super powerful beings in that universe. But we have him just getting like murked real quick by Thanos.
I'm gonna look up his abilities, collector's abilities.
Do it. Because I don't know anything about those characters. They're 100% just a quick little snippets in the MCU. I haven't read any of their stuff in the comic books.
I just know they're part of the skills of the collector. Damn it.
You just put Marvel in the search bar.
As a main Marvel, he possesses the ability to manipulate cosmic energy for a variety of effects, including projecting concussive force beams and the increasing of his size and mass, and hence physical strength at will. He also possesses limited shape-changing abilities. In his more alien form, the Collector has superhuman strength, is massive in size, and can easily wield cosmic energy, performing feats such as limited shape-shifting, increasing his own size, and firing powerful energy blasts.
So yeah, he's a badass. But we didn't get any of that. We just got this ultra flamboyant guy with gloves on.
I love him.
I mean, I like the character, but like, especially with the actor that they got to play him, Benicio, like he's like just his look is intimidating. Like, I kind of wish that there would have been a little bit more of a fight there. Like, we would have seen a little bit more about what was going on. I wish there was more of a struggle.
Yeah.
But if wishes were fishes.
Wishes were what?
I don't know, man. That's what my grandparents used to say, but they never finished the little nursery rhyme or whatever. It's an actual thing. I just don't know what it means.
Oh, dude.
What are you looking it up?
Yeah. There's a whole book. If wishes were stitches, I guess that's just a fucking common phrase.
I know it is, but I don't know what the fuck it means.
I've never heard it. There's a whole Etsy page.
Huh. Tangents.
Yeah, I love it.
But yeah, so we're fighting because they know these guys are coming to get the Mind Stone from Vision. He got the Power Stone from the Collector. I don't remember.
I think
no, it was the Reality Stone.
Yeah,
he got the Reality Stone from the Collector because when the Guardians came in to attack, like he turned Drax into a pile of cubes and like unraveled Mantis.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
It was pretty sick. Yeah. Kidnapped Gamora.
Yeah, I also like the fact that like Thanos, like you really see like him sticking true to like what he's trying to do. Like he's not trying to kill these people. He's just like, I have a mission. Like I'm just trying to stop you, because he could have murked all of them right there. Like he could have just ended their existence.
He just came there to get the Infinity Stone, and then his daughter shows up, and she knows how to get the that's the Soul Stone. Is the one that Red Skull's guarding.
Yeah.
So Thanos has to go on his mission to get the Soul Stone, and he finds out that he's got to kill Gamora to get it.
Which was a tragic scene all on its own. Because that's what's going on while the rest of the children of Thanos are on Earth trying to get the Mind Stone from Vision.
Yeah.
And that's where we get like That's where we get one of the Braveheart scenes, man, where it's just everybody's on the hill, the bad guys are coming. We got to do this. We got to fight them off. We got to hold them off. Fantastic scene. Fantastic scene. And they get defeated. They're getting the shit beat out of them. Because in the meantime, Thor is getting Stormbreaker built by Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
Which I thought was cool that the dwarf was like 30 feet fucking tall.
Yeah. Yeah, when I found out he was being cast as a Dwarf King, I was like, dude, that's disrespectful. And then I saw it, and I was all... I was like, all right, you guys win that one, Marvel.
Yeah, no, they nailed that. They nailed that one. Because, yeah, no, everybody was losing. Like, they were getting the shit beat out of them. And then Thor shows up. And Stormbreaker just, like, comes through the Bifrost because now he can do that with Stormbreaker. And just, like, starts messing everybody up. And I like the enthusiasm. I think it was War Machine when they showed up. And he was just like, oh, now y'all are done. And 3 more people showed up. We got Thor, a raccoon, and a sentient tree. And that was where, like, War Machine's brain was just like, you guys are done. You guys are screwed now. It was cool, man, dude.
Isn't there a scene where fucking Rocket is riding on War Machine and they're just both this?
So that was Winter Soldier, like, picks him up, and, like, he's holding him in one hand and they're just spinning around. Yeah,
I love it.
That was rad. Didn't get to see Groot do it too much. We don't get to see it, which sucks because Groot is like a crazy strong character also. And we don't get to see him do shit.
Well, because at this point he's still kind of small.
He's a teenager,
yeah. And he does like chop an arm off to like the first Stormbreaker, but
yeah, that was cool, but I meant like in battle. We don't get to see him really do some Groot shit.
Yeah, or like even if he was like small, he could still been like sat in like traps or some shit, or fucking doing something. Yeah.
Could have done something, but they didn't.
Fucking teenage Groot.
I know, sitting there playing the video game and just being mouthy as shit.
Yeah.
Like telling everybody to go fuck themselves in Groot language.
Like, whoa! Who taught you that? Like, all you guys do. Like, you guys talk so dirty.
You guys talk like sailors, and you're surprised that I'm rude. Great movie. Great scene where he comes in. Because that's like, I mean, like, that's kind of like a human experience moment, too. Like, humans can put up with a lot. Like, we can do a lot. But if we start to feel like all our efforts are for nothing, we stop, like, living up to our potential. Like, we kind of just, like, start giving up the fight until that saving grace comes in and we're able to push it that extra mile.
Yeah.
I love that they put like again, to Marvel's credit, putting just this real human element into the superhero universe. Like it's fantastic. I love it. Was your dog being a dickhead?
No, he's all right. He's cool. Me and him been sleeping all day, dude. So he's probably just antsy.
Probably.
He's all right. So we got the war going on, and then Wanda has to jump in at one. And they're like, "Where the fuck is this bitch been the whole time?"
Right? They're like, "Why was she up there?" And then we saw why she was up there because as soon as she left, Old
They
big
came and
guy.
snatched up Vic. They came and
Yeah, like as
snatched-
soon as she was gone, he was just like standing in the hallway waiting.
Ugh.
And then Vision got his revenge. Like he stabbed dude with his own spear. He was just like, "Nah, dog. Like you ain't getting it. You ain't getting me."
So Vision comes and joins the fight a little bit. Now Thanos is here. Thanos has made it.
And this is where it gets
Before,
like real. Like the
look,
whole
before he
mood
just had like
changes.
alien cronies, dude. Just fucking whatever. Thanos is here, dude. Fucking snatches the fucking stone. Well, first Wanda destroys it, and he's
Right.
like, "Dude, I got the time stone from Doctor Strange, bitch!" Like,
He was like, haha, you thought.
are
Like, nice try.
you kidding me? And I got the reality stone at the same time, so I can.
Do whatever I want. And then we get so like he puts Hulk in the wall. He fucks up Cap. He finally gets the Mind Stone. He gets the final stone that he's looking for. And Thor comes in. And this is where we get the Thor. This is where we get the Thor in the second movie. Because he misses. Or he didn't miss his mark. He didn't even make a mistake. He just kind of but he missed his mark on this one. Like he missed an opportunity. He couldn't just kill him. His pride of having to say, "I told you I was going to kill you," and Thanos was like, "You should have went for the head."
Boom.
Everybody's done for.
And they don't even know what exactly the snap did yet, because you just hear Thor screaming no, and then dude just fucking goes and like teleports off somewhere, leaving Stormbreaker
Yeah,
behind.
you're right with what you said earlier because the only people that know out of the Earth people is like Tony and all of them who are on Titan.
Yeah,
You're right. You're right.
they
I
just
forgot
start
about that.
seeing people disintegrate. They're like, what the fuck is going on?
Thor might have known, like when he had it, like because he was with the Guardians for a second, and they knew his plan because of Gamora
Yeah,
and Nebula. Like they knew what was going on.
like you don't know if it's initially the finger snap that's doing it too. Like you don't.
Well, they make a little trope at it. Nebula says that he could, if he gets all of the stones, he could literally destroy the universe with the snap of his fingers. That's more for us, not for the characters to pick up on, but they do say it before he actually does it. And then the movie ends. I mean, everybody disappears. We have that heart-wrenching scene where and I like having just watched this,
I don't feel
like
so
the first
good.
time I watched it, like I got all like choked up and whatnot when Peter like dusted up. But it's just like everybody else just kind of disintegrated. Like they were kind of doing what they were doing. Some of them kind of realized that they were getting ready to die and like had acceptance. But like Peter had this whole like I got shot in the chest scene.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't feel very well, Mr. Stark. I don't want to go. And it's just like, was that really necessary?
Good thing Aunt May got dusted too,
Continue
because
with your thoughts.
that'd been something super hard. Even though Tony Stark doesn't come back for like a year, like however many, like how long is he
27
trapped in
days.
space?
27 days.
That's it, 27 days.
27 days.
Yeah, so like, damn.
27 days he was in space with Nebula playing finger football and trying to fix the ship. Yeah, everybody turns to dust. Tony doesn't realize what he's stuck. on Titan. There's no way for them to get home, and then we roll credits. And there's no and the thing is with Endgame and Infinity War, there's no cutscenes at the end. There's nothing. And that's Infinity War. Which I love that they split this into 2 movies. We did not have a happy resolution. I hate a happy ending sometimes, dude, because every movie, the guy gets the girl, the battle is won, dad's alive, like whatever. There's always a happy resolution at the end of movies, and
Yeah,
we didn't get it with this.
yeah. We lost the war. You
All
know,
hope
like
was gone.
half the universe has been destroyed, and we find out it's been half the universe in Endgame when Carol Danvers is all like, "Yeah, everything that happened on Earth has been happening all over the fucking universe, and I'm out here fucking being damage control."
Right. You guys are bitching because I didn't come help you guys during like the aftermath.
Yeah.
Which but she wasn't really known by the Avengers in Infinity War. That they didn't know she existed.
Yeah, because it wasn't. It was when Samuel Jackson, fucking Nick Fury, he sees everybody getting dusted, so then he hits his pager,
Yep.
and it's fucking Captain Marvel.
So there is an end credit scene. I just didn't keep the movie on long enough to see it.
There isn't one after Endgame. It's just fucking the hammer sounds from Iron Man 1. Ding,
Mhm.
ding. But yeah, this one had the Nick Fury. He's getting dusted, but he has just enough time to page Carol Danvers, and then there was a scene. I don't know if it was a cut scene, but it was in the trailers for Endgame where she pops in. She's like, "Where's Fury?" No, she does do that in Endgame. Pops in the very beginning.
I don't think so. Because at least from what I remember, I just watched it. Because they're having like the hologram meetings and shit.
Yeah, she's already in it.
Yeah, she's just already like a part of it. Or no, because she does come in. Yeah, she does because that's later.
Yeah, the hologram stuff is 5 years later.
Yeah, that's the aftermath because they still at the beginning of that movie they go kill Thanos.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and Thor's like, "I like this one," like, and because she don't flinch.
yeah. But we're
But
3 years
anyways, we're
ahead.
at Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, comic relief at its finest.
I love this movie.
It's good. It's good. I like the Ant-Man movies for the same reason why I said I like the other one. Like it's comic relief. It's Paul Rudd. Like we're getting giggles.
We're getting giggles.
We just had our hearts wrenched out and all the hope taken away from us in Infinity War, and now we got Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I just love Evangeline Lilly too. It was all like,
Mm,
oh
she's so nice to look at.
yeah. You gotta watch Lost, dude. She's all like dirty and on a fucking island from the plane crash and shit, dude.
Oh,
It's
I will
all,
never watch Lost. I missed the mark on that one. I don't care to go back and watch it.
it's good. It's good stuff.
We got
I'll go
we
back
got
and watch
Ant-Man
it
and the
again.
Wasp. Paul Rudd is on house arrest because of Civil War.
Yeah, he's just on more house. He was already on house arrest, I think, to begin
No,
with.
so I like because when I watched this movie last night, I remembered our conversation about how like he had the ant like doing the shit. That is 100% Ant-Man and the Wasp. It is not in Ant-Man.
Well, I thought he did it in Civil War, but I guess like they don't really show anything about his home life or whatever in Civil War. They
They
just
just
fucking
come
pick
get
him.
him.
Yeah, they just pick him up and he's in the van.
Yep.
He just
This is
wakes
the
up in
one where,
Germany.
yeah, this is the one where Hank Pym and Hope break him out of his house arrest, and because they need his help. Which, and with watching this movie is just like, fuck Hank Pym. Like, he's so selfish and wanting to get done what he wants to get done that he doesn't give a shit what happens to anybody else.
Yeah.
Like, Hank Pym sucks as like a person.
Like, yeah, they're all pissed about him like not getting rid of the suit, but then he still has the suit, but this suit's been glitching and malfunctioning or whatever. And I thought he would have been kept on fucking with Scott Lang because he knows how to escape the quantum realm type shit.
Well, that's the only
And
reason why they brought him back. That's the only reason why they came and got him. They were salty because he took the suit to Germany and didn't tell them.
okay,
They
yeah.
cut him off because he discluded them from that whole situation. And he was just like, they showed up and said that Captain America needed help. Like, I'm sorry I didn't call you guys and run it by you, as I was basically getting kidnapped by a secret government agency to go to Germany and fight with the Avengers. Like, my fucking bad, dude.
Yeah. I'm best friends with Cap though now. FYI.
Yeah, and he says Captain. She's just like, what? And he's like, Captain America? Like, it's just what we call him. And like, yeah. Like, just all nonchalant.
That joke does come back later in that last battle in Endgame where Wasp calls him Cap. She's all like, all right, cool,
Yep.
Cap.
Yep. But we get a really cool character in this movie. We get Ghost.
Ghost is really cool.
She's so cool. I don't know what she's like in the comic books, but like the character in the movie is fantastic.
Yeah, she was really, and we got introduced to Goliath.
Oh yeah, Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne, yeah. Do you remember in the Civil War comics where fucking well in the Civil War comics, fucking Tony Stark and Reed Richards build a fucking android version of Thor because they can't get Thor to join their team, so they just build a robot Thor that has fucking like lightning powers and shit. And that motherfucker kills Goliath.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that Goliath was a character. I thought that the only reason why Ant-Man got big in Civil War was because Scott's just smart and figured it out.
Goliath, in the comic books, he's just a dude that can get big. Right? He like somebody in the movie, they just turned him into someone that was like helping Hank Pym research his shit.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah, but in the comic books, he's just a dude that can get big.
That makes more sense. And then they had their like little like pissing contest about like how tall they got.
Yeah. I love it. I love dick measuring contests.
And they're the best. Even though I always fall short. But the movie was great. We got to see him bonding with his daughter with that little Aunt May's thing at the beginning, where they're stealing the treasure, which is a trophy that she got him that says "World's Greatest Grandma."
Oh yeah,
like it's the only one they had.
I love their gifts that they get. Like they're so bad at gift giving, and they love it.
Yeah. Their relationship is fantastic. Yeah. Like his daughter is just fucking weird, and it's cool, dude. So having like nieces, and like young girls are weird. Like they're goofy like that. Like you think like everybody always thinks of like, you know, like everybody's daughters like wanting to be in a princess dress and You know, all the bubble gum and rainbows. No, man, little girls are fucking weird, disgusting little alien things.
I mean, they're um some kids like they have a mix of both. Like yeah, like being a princess or whatever is cool too, but they also do this in your face type shit.
Yeah, dude. You know, their relationship is great. And then we got Luis,
Love
run,
them.
favorite character in the Ant-Man movies, Luis. The best. And he's the like the CFO, not the CEO, like the CFO of their security company, and he's freaking out about this deal, which I didn't the first time I watched it, and I didn't realize that that deal that he's freaking out about was like the make or break for their company because they had no money. And they if like the deal went through their company was gonna have to just disband. I didn't realize that. I thought that that was just Luis being Luis and overdoing it because he's an overdoing kind of guy.
Yeah. I don't know. He just likes to tell stories. He just likes to overextend his stories, but like he's never like lying about anything. Like
Huh.
he's never like untruthful. He just likes to he don't like to get to the point right away, dude. He wants the full picture being painted. You know.
Yeah, they'll be like, "What did you have for lunch?" And he's like, "Oh, so man, so like remember like last week, remember when I was talking to my cousin and shit?" And he was just like, "Bro, there's a taco place over on Third Avenue. Well, yesterday, I just kind of got a hankering for tacos, and he called me, and it's just like, bro, what did you have for lunch?" Dude, I love his character. Dude's just a speedball. I love it.
Yeah, he's great.
Like that scene with the truth serum. He's like, "Oh, dog, you got truth serum?" And the guy's like, "It's not truth serum."
True serum isn't real or whatever. Yeah.
And then at the end, they're sitting there like confessing to the FBI, and they show the little like syringe next to him, and he's like, "Oh, it was truth serum." No, man, this movie was fun. We got Michelle Pfeiffer in the MCU now. We got her. What is her name? Janet.
Janet Van Dyne.
She like imprinted on Scott when he was in the quantum realm in the first movie, and he has this dream about it and calls Hank and Hope and tells them. And now their only their mission was originally like they've been working on this whole time to go to the quantum realm and try to get her. And now they need Scott because that's the only link that they have to Janet. Again, being entirely selfish in everything that they're doing.
Yeah, dude. Like, apparently, dude, she's been living her best life in the quantum realm too. Like, we find out later in Ant-Man 3. You
Yeah, like,
know.
and I was thinking about that too, watching Ant-Man and the Wasp last night. It was just like they're in this like weird, funky, like melty like spot where when they finally do find her, and she's talking about how I'm changed. Like, there's no civilization where she's at.
She was probably just like out exploring.
It's just
Like
doing something, but it's still like the point was made that these are my coordinates. Like, you won't get them again. Like, this is where I'm at. This is where I've been, and you won't get them again for another 100 years or whatever the ridiculous time frame
yeah,
that she gave in the movie. Like, they still played it off like she was just like trapped in this one spot, and but in Quantumania, she's like taking over the quantum realm, and like it's just this force to be reckoned with.
yeah, like her and Kang are like best friends and shit, dude.
Yeah, they don't go into anything. I mean, like they didn't go into anything about like what Janet was doing. And I mean, and they didn't really have time to. Um but they definitely didn't hint at all. Like, I don't think that they had Quantumania entirely in mind when they made Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think they were like, okay, now we have to figure out what to do with the story of her being in the quantum realm.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure there was lots of questions like, how did she survive that long?
Well, that and like, where did she get the powers? Because like when she came out at the end, she just like puts her hands on Ghost's face
And like
and
cured
like
her.
fixes her
Yeah.
molecular structure with magic. Like they had to answer these questions, but I think Quantumania, which is why I think a lot of people didn't like Quantumania, I think it was just an afterthought of like what to do. Like they just kind of had to throw something together really quick.
Yeah, I can see that. And they're giving us a lot more of the next. They're giving us a lot more Kang than we got of Thanos. Like
Yeah,
we already have a bunch more Kang than we ever got of Thanos. Like he's been in a movie, he's been in 2 seasons of a fucking TV show. Um, I mean, I love Jonathan Majors. I think he's great.
they did a great job.
We'll see what happens with all this court stuff going on with him. But like,
Oh, is that why they're scrapping Kang?
they're in the process of they're not scrapping him yet, but they're making plans for in case they do have to scrap him.
What's going on with Jonathan Majors?
There were He allegedly beat his girlfriend, and then his girlfriend came out and said that he didn't, but he still got like arrested and is going through trial and shit for it right now.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
well,
So
that sucks.
Disney Marvel is making plans like they're making damage control plans in case they do have to scrap them, and they're gonna just replace them with Doctor Doom.
That'd be cool. Because there's, dude, did you see? I think it's confirmed. I don't know. I didn't really look into it. A lot of people are saying it's confirmed that Pedro Pascal is going to be Reed
Mr.
Richards.
Fantastic. I don't like that.
I mean, like, dude's good, but I don't see it. And I'm the optimistic guy. I was excited when they said Robert Pattinson was playing Batman. Like, I'm like, no, dude, like you guys just don't know.
I like Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. Like I'm an optimistic kind of guy when it comes to this kind of stuff, but like with Pedro Pascal playing Reed Richards, like man, I wish that the guy from The Office, what's the actor's name?
John Krasinski.
John Krasinski. I wish he would have accepted Marvel's offer to continue to be Reed Richards because I want to say he turned it down because he's doing the Jack Ryan or whatever it is. Like he's got his time's all tied up with that, and he can't commit to the Marvel contract.
So he just did it for that one movie,
Yeah,
just for Doctor Strange.
yeah.
That's cool.
But now and see that's just adding more to the we don't know what to do with the Fantastic Four.
They got a whole cast, I think, out now. I don't know much of any of these people. I mean, I know Pedro Pascal. Someone made a meme yesterday. It might have been 2 days ago. They're like, we're gonna find. They're gonna find somehow to make it, the plot like around Reed Richards having to protect a child because that's what he's always doing.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
yeah, with like The Last of Us and
Last of Us and the
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
I mean, that's funny. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. We'll see what happens with the Fantastic Four. I hope we get a solid, can do something with it. Fantastic Four because they were the biggest name in Marvel for the longest time.
They were created to top sales over the Justice League.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we have gotten nothing. I mean, like I enjoyed those movies when they came out, but like I said, like I was young. I went back and rewatched them, and they're okay. But
you said you never saw the one with like Michael B. Jordan as Human Torch, right?
no, that one I haven't seen.
You don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
All right, I won't do it.
Because I like the first two. I think those are good. But then the people call it Fan Four Stick because the A in the middle is also the 4, so people call it Fan 4 stick.
Oh, well, we'll
um,
see what happens with Fantastic Four. But
it'll
yeah,
be good.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. This movie, I like that at the end, like the cut scene, like he like because they figured out how to get in and out of the quantum realm. They got the thing which and I had never seen this end credit scene before, which I'm glad that I actually rewatched it because and
It's one of the best. It's one of the
yeah,
best
because
end credit
I
scenes.
didn't know why in Endgame when Scott came out of the van, I'm like, how the fuck did he get in there? Like, what did I miss? Like, I've seen Ant Man and the Wasp, like I've seen both the Ant Man movies, and none of this was like, what happened? But I guess I just didn't stick around, or I might have stuck around and saw that end credit scene, and it was just so far in between the two movies that I had forgotten about it, like, which is completely possible too. Um, but yeah, I had no idea how Scott got in the van. I had no idea. I'm glad I watched it because now I know.
And that's another thing. Like you were talking about how Hank just being like a selfish dude. Like they're sending Scott on like these missions to harvest whatever they're trying to harvest from the quantum realm. And it's
Yeah.
not like you don't need him anymore. He can.
This guy is trying to rebuild his life. Like he just got off. Well, no, he's still on papers, but he just got off house arrest. Like he just barely skidded through his 2 years on house arrest because of you guys.
Yeah.
And now he's still on probation. He's got 3 years probation after the house arrest. And you guys are still fugitives to the FBI. Like if he gets caught with you guys, he gets put in prison for 20 years. And you guys are still bringing him in to do your bidding because you can't be bothered to do the dangerous shit. Like, come on.
And so, like, technically, he's only been gone for 5 hours. Well, he comes back 5 years later. He's only been
Yeah.
gone for 5 hours, um, which is like, I don't know, it's crazy, but like, so he spent like 5 years missing probation meetings or whatever, dude. That's an automatic bench
That's
warrant.
violation.
That's an automatic bench warrant. That's what happened to me. I missed a probation. I missed a probation meeting. I didn't. I just slipped my mind. I forgot I had that one. And then I'm riding my bike. This cop pulls me over for swerving on my bicycle, and then he checks my name, whatever, and I go to jail, dude. And I just bought $50 worth of
Yeah, you told
Daredevil
me about
books.
that. But luckily for Scott, it's been 5 years and
Where
50% of the
everybody blipped, and
population's gone.
you could say that you just blipped, and you like,
Right.
I just woke up. I was on the roof.
Probation starts over now. You still have 5 years.
That would suck, dude. That's
Because
8 years.
in Infinity War, when they come back to Avengers and War Machine's there, uh he's on a call with the director of Homeland Security or whoever the fuck that guy was. I don't remember his character's name. He tells War Machine to arrest Captain America, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that." Like, so they're still holding up that end. So, like, even if he came back after the blip, like, they're still on that. Like, Avengers need to be put in check, and they're still trying to like get everybody for all that the treasonous acts that they're claiming they did, which
Yeah.
he did.
Technically, Ant-Man isn't an Avenger. He teamed up. He didn't even team up with the Avengers side. He teamed up with Captain America's side.
Right.
He was anti-avenging at the moment.
But in his brain, he's an Avenger because Captain America. And because, well, he also never got the full story of what was going on. He was just like, hey, Captain America needs help. Are you down?
Yeah.
And Scott, being the fanboy that he is, was just like, absolutely. Because wouldn't you? Like,
Yeah.
I don't care about the details. Captain America needs my help. America's Boy Scout. Like, yeah. And another thing to go with my distaste for Hank Pym, like when they find out that Ghost is having all of these problems and that they're trying to link up with the quantum realm to fix her. Hank doesn't say like, okay, well, we can do that. Like, let's work together. Like, let's figure it out. He was just like, my wife, who I've been living without for 25, 30 years, however long it's been, is more important than this girl who has 2 weeks to live.
Well, yeah.
Like, fuck Hank Pym. Fuck Hank Pym.
Oh, this movie. I think this movie had some of the most fantastic action. Well, just like the silly type of shit, like the giant Pez dispenser, or
That
like
was rad.
shrinking buildings down, just like carrying it on a fucking dolly. You know,
Yeah. It's silly. It's ridiculous.
I love it.
And he's got the like the Hot Wheels like Mega Track like case, and he just pulls out his cars and sets them down and shit. Like, what? Like, it was cool stuff.
Here's what's gonna piss me off. So in the Venom movies, Venom takes place in California, mainly like San Francisco. That's where Ant-Man and shit takes place. I feel like if we cross over again, dude, fucking Venom is just gonna end up in fucking Ant-Man 4 type shit.
I mean, maybe. But I saw, I don't remember if we talked about this or if I was talking about it with somebody else. But with like, you know how like, cause like Venom gets brought into the MCU with No Way Home or Multiverse. Yeah, No Way Home.
Yeah.
And they were just like, well, because Venom knew who that was because it was a symbiote, and like Eddie Brock, like there's a connection there because Venom might have been in that universe.
It
But
happens at the end of Let There Be Carnage, Venom 2. It's in a post-credit scene where they just fucking teleport to a whole new dimension or whatever. They're like in a hotel in Mexico. I mean, he was at the same hotel in Mexico, and then so he's always at the same hotel, but in an alternate universe. And it's right after Far From Home, where Mysterio was all like, "Oh, fucking Peter Parker, Spider-Man," and Venom is telling Eddie Brock, he's all like, "Oh, we need to go talk to that guy. There's something about him that like we need to." And then they don't even pay that off because then at the end of No Way Home, dude just teleports back to his fucking universe, but then leaves us like a tiny piece of the symbiote behind.
yeah, they need to figure out what they're doing with Venom too.
None of that shit got paid off.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Good movie. Good movie. Fun, lighthearted.
It's good.
A good breather after Infinity War. And then it's Captain Marvel.
Disney Marvel's most fuck, what was that word? Contradictory fucking film. Or it had a lot of back and forth.
I don't know. I've only seen it the one time. I didn't care for it that much. I mean, like it was a fun watch, but it wasn't made for me, man. Like I couldn't get into it. Like it wasn't my style, it wasn't my bag.
I liked it, dude, because we got Agent Coulson. I'm an Agent Coulson fanboy, and he's in like the whole fucking movie pretty much. We get that. I don't know. I think it started out cool. You know, we were she's all up in space, dude. She thinks she's a Kree. She thinks she's part of the Kree Empire, but like she's the only one with fucking superpowers. And they tell her that they gave her the powers, and I don't know, fucking her and Jude Law are like besties, and we get more of what's his face, Ronan. We get more Ronan. He's on their team.
Cool. I like Ronan. I wish we got more of him. He was a cool character. I like him.
You know, they're going off, just doing battle shit or whatever. Fucking just taking over fucking nations, planets. They're getting, we're the good guys, you know. Fucking. They're just doing all this shit, and she has a meeting with Marvel. Um, who was the original Captain Marvel. I don't even remember what happened in this scene. I haven't seen this movie since theaters.
And you remember way more than I do, because I watched it way after theaters.
He has this meeting with Marvel. Marvel's fucking giving her a bunch of exposition about whatever, and I think she's showing her like glimpses of her. No, she doesn't get glimpses of her past till she's kidnapped by the Skrull. Fucking Talos and them are fucking the kidnapper, and they're trying to get information from her mind. I forget what exactly they're trying to get out of her mind. But like, there's this really funny scene where he's just like playing her shit like it's a fucking VHS. Like, wait, no, rewind that. It's fucking. I don't know. I like this movie. I thought it was fun. We get Flurkins. The Flurkins are these cat aliens that have fucking
Oh yeah,
that have tentacle fucking shits inside their mouths that'll just
yeah.
gobble
That
you
thing was fucking cool.
up.
That was fucking cool. Like Nick Fury, like scoops him up, and it's just like,
Well, first it's all like, "Oh, what a kitty!" And then fucking, and we don't know that it's not a cat until right away. And like Carol is kicking it at Maria Rambeau's house. We get young Monica Rambeau, but she's kicking it at Maria's house. Like, "Oh damn, we haven't seen you in a long time. Well, you know, we're in the Air Force, and if I could, higher, faster, whatever, stronger, whatever their fucking catchphrase is."
yeah.
But first she lands and fucking she like crashes into Blockbuster and fucking she steals this dude's motorcycle. And I think that was like a Terminator reference. I don't fucking know, but like she steals this dude's fucking motorcycle, and then because dude's all like, "You should fucking smile more," or fucking some dumb shit like that.
Not just that misogynistic bullshit.
we get
He's
all
like,
the
smile,
fucking
pussycat, smile.
we get all the cheesiest moments because like when the Skrull dude is like digging in her mind, uh there's a scene where fucking this dude and the Air Force is all like, "What they call it, a cockpit," and fucking, and they don't only play that scene once; they play that scene like 3 fucking times in the fucking movie because she's all scatterbrained and fucking during that montage of her fucking standing up and I don't know, man. The fucking movie was wild. Um, I enjoyed it. I don't know. Like, I think that's why I probably haven't gone back and watched it again because I don't enjoy it much, really. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. It's not something I had to go back to yet, really, because I still remember enough of this fucking movie, and it's like you don't really need to know who she is. I like, yeah, like Nick Fury's all like he paged her. You know, like we get the whole story of how the pager works, and
Which feels like that's the whole reason the movie was created, anyways.
yeah, just because people were like, "Who's she? Like, who's she?" I mean, like me and some other people who were like big fans of Marvel, like we were all like, "Oh
Like,
shit, Captain Marvel, dude, she's
I
a
knew we
badass."
were getting Captain Marvel when I saw that, and then I had also at that point didn't know that Carol Danvers was Captain Marvel in the comic books. I was always under the impression that Captain Marvel was always a dude, and I didn't realize that was an actual character. I thought I originally thought that this was like a women's empowerment movement thing, and I was just like, man, Marvel,
There's
stop taking political sides.
there's a
Like I hate when
character.
things do
There's a
that.
character. His name is Marvel,
Yeah.
and I think he might have been Captain Marvel for a bit, but it's usually like Carol Danvers, Monica Rambeau. She's also a character named Photon, and a few other things, and like the whole Captain Marvel mythos or just backstory and lore. It's like it's pretty complicated. Um, like I don't know enough of it offhand, but like I don't know, it was all right. The only like gender swap person they had in this was they turned Marvel into the old lady that was part of the Kree, and apparently she knew Carol Danvers was able to like harness this fucking power, so like she was like her Air Force captain the whole time type shit. Like there's a bunch of dumb shit that I couldn't even understand in the movie, but it was good enough.
It was
I mean,
good enough.
if I go back and watch it now, I'd be like, no, I like. But when I'm trying to think back of all the details, I was like, oh, she was her fucking person the whole time, and I don't know. It was wild. It was wild. And like Brie Larson wasn't doing a good job of marketing the movie, dude. She was just like just putting her foot in her mouth. But like also like she was being passionate about like what she really believed. So like I kind of respect that. But, like I saw the movie anyway, so like I saw it in theaters. I paid money for it.
I mean, I didn't not see it because of like the whole Brie Larson bullshit. I just didn't see it because one, it's a character I didn't know anything about. It was a character I didn't really care about. She wasn't in any of the other movies. It was one of those things that I was just like, I thought it was a political statement on Marvel's part, and like it's cool to have political sides. Like, cool, believe what you believe in. Like, I don't want to take that away from anybody, but when I'm watching movies, especially superhero movies or like pop culture stuff, I don't need a political agenda stuffed in my face. Like I'm watching these movies for entertainment. Like that's the only reason I'm going to go spend $40 to go to the movies. And I don't need like my mind process at this point is like I don't need your propaganda. Like fuck you. Like I don't want it. And then I watched it afterwards, and I'm like, I mean, there was a little bit of it in there, but
Yeah,
the movie also just wasn't that great to me.
yeah. Because like
Like with the Marvels that just came out, like I'm not gonna go see it in theaters, but I'll wait for it to come out on Disney Plus and watch it.
I think like Wonder Woman had come out like a year before this movie too, and like and that movie's all about women empowerment and shit too. But like that
But
movie
that's the
kicked
whole
ass.
point of Wonder Woman.
That
Like
movie,
Wonder Woman was created for that. She has always been women's empowerment.
but also that movie kicked ass. Like 100%.
I fell asleep.
Until like the third act, like that movie kicked ass. Like that movie was
I,
awesome.
I fell asleep. But I was also like I was up watching movies all night, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning when I started it. And I think I made it like 20 minutes in.
But fucking Wonder Woman 1984, the second one,
Heard,
that movie
heard
is
that was
fucking
hot
ass.
garbage.
That movie is like. So if you like, so the women empowerment superhero movies that came out within that like whatever 4 year span,
But that's when we got female Ghostbusters too.
the the from worst to least, it's fucking Wonder Woman 84, Captain Marvel, then Wonder Woman.
No, I heard Wonder Woman was fantastic, and just what I've seen with her character in, like Batman versus Superman and in Justice League, and I just like Gal Gadot. She's fantastic at
She's cool,
whatever
man.
she does.
Yeah, Fast and the
Uh,
Furious.
oh, I don't like Fast and the Furious,
Oh fuck you.
dude. It should have stopped after Tokyo Drift.
No, it needs to keep going forever and ever. I'm gonna watch Fast 10 tonight.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy, Tim.
I'm gonna watch Fast 10 tonight.
He's like, I want to be 60 years old. And Vin Diesel's ghost shows up in the Fast 87.
This is Fast 10 Part 1, by the way. It's a 3-parter.
Fast was furious looking ass. They're all right. They're all right movies. I just don't really give a shit about them. I watched most of them a couple years ago. A buddy of mine was wanting to watch them all, and like if I'm with a homie, I'll watch whatever.
That would be a sick ass fucking movie though. Like they're all living at like a nursing home, dude, and they're racing their rascals.
But they just do like flashbacks. You just see like Vin Diesel with the walker, and he's just like, I once jumped a car out of a helicopter, and they're like, okay, Grandpa. It was for family.
No, so like Vin Diesel's got Heelys, and then he fucking he's riding the Heelys, and then he fucking turns his walker up so the tennis balls aren't dragging, and he's just got the wheels going like, fucking just
ridiculous. I'd watch that. I'd watch that on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the Fast and Furious movies, but
I love
Captain Marvel.
I love the over the top, ridiculous, dumb shit. Because in fucking Fast 9, where John Cena's Vin Diesel's brother for some reason, and then they fucking fly the car to the Tokyo Drift guy. Fucking builds a car and like just puts it together with like duct tape and shit, and they fly that fucking car to outer space because they need to hack a satellite. Like, come on, that is fucking cinema right there. They need to hack
that is cinema. It is the greatest movie ever created. Martin Scorsese would shit in his grave with how great this was.
Apparently, Martin Scorsese is trying to fucking direct a Marvel movie.
That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool if they took like some like really old school like golden age Marvel stories like back when it was all World War II and like kind of gave him that or Scorsese could do noir. Like he could do like X-Men noir where they don't have the superpowers and they're just like detectives and like private eyes and stuff. That would be cool.
Have you ever read fucking Marvel 1602?
No.
It's the Marvel universe, but all the characters are like their 1602 version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can get behind that. I like that goofy shit.
All right, dude. Captain Marvel, dude. Obviously, fucking 12 out of 10 fucking movie, dude. Fucking pure
best Marvel movie to ever come out.
Pure fucking just gold.
Don't even know why they made Endgame after that one.
Yeah, like they can't top themselves after this fucking movie.
But they gave it a shot.
They gave it a shot with Endgame.
We got the B-list movie that was Endgame.
Endgame probably fell a little flat for me especially after watching Captain Marvel.
It's like they just threw it in at the end. Like we didn't need this.
Yeah, how long can we get this joke going?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanos. Oh, but he already won. Why do we need a sequel?
He dies twice in the same movie. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, so technically he only dies the one time because none of the people like died in the blip. They just ceased to exist. It's like when you're playing like Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh, like you send cards to the graveyard, but then like there's other ones that like get banished from the game entirely. Like it's not dead. It's just gone.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know what you're talking about because like no, this card does not go to your graveyard. It is removed from the game now. I know
Right. It's gone. It just ceases to exist.
I don't usually have a lot of cards anyways that pull shit back from my graveyard, even though that is a good strategy to have, because then like it don't matter how big your deck is.
Deck that's built around that.
Huh?
I have a whole Magic the Gathering deck that's built around that.
Damn. Was it just fucking whites and fucking blues and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you got it. But Endgame, the culmination
was this movie
everything that we watched.
This movie fucking starts out.
Hawkeye.
It's like a couple days after the blip.
No, it starts off day of the blip because the first scene is Hawkeye teaching his daughter how to shoot bow and arrow.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. This is, oh
and they
my
talk
God,
shit
this
about
is
his mom, about his wife wanting mayonnaise on a hot dog, which is great, by the way. I love it. But yeah, that's how it starts.
Yeah, that's and fucking his family just disappears while he's just like not looking. Turns around, dude. His daughter's gone. Uh, like no one's at the table,
Yeah,
and now he's a motherfucking assassin because he got nothing to live
back to
for.
his old ways.
He's got nothing to live for anymore. Dude. Hey, I'm a motherfucker. I'm gonna go and kill the Yakuza for funsies.
Dude, for real. Like, what are you doing? How did you go? How did you get there? Like, half of the people on the planet are fucking gone. Like, how did you get into that? Like, how did chance leave it that those guys all still existed? And then, like, I don't understand.
I'm gonna kill fucking mobsters, all this shit just for fucking funsies. I'm gonna hit up my boy Frank Castle. Fucking, we're just gonna have a free for all.
Dude, this movie, it instantly starts pulling on heartstrings. It's like, remember how serious the last movie was?
Yeah.
It's still serious. And then we have and then it cuts to like Captain America in like a 12-step room. Like, it's a support group for people who are trying to like no, I'm wrong. Because this is where the blip just happened. It cuts to Tony and Nebula in the spaceship.
Just kicking it, dude, trying to survive.
Playing football.
Tony's leaving messages on his Iron Man helmet.
Yeah. He leaves his suicide. It's not a suicide note, it's a goodbye note, but like, he says goodbye to everybody. And then we get the greatest Marvel character to ever exist, according to you.
The Captain Marvel, dude, she's fantastic, dude. Like a 12 out of 10 movie. And she doesn't even have her Karen cut yet, dude. She looks normal. She gets her Karen cut later.
Yeah.
She just comes in, dude. Fucking just carries the ship back to Earth. She's like, "Hey, I think you guys are missing something. Here he is." You know,
like, here's your guy.
Because she probably has no idea who Tony Stark really is, just from like other than just like conversation. Because it's from the '90s. Tony Stark probably didn't have that much pull in Stark Industries at that time until whatever year fucking Iron Man came out.
2004.
Was it 2004?
It was early 2000s, I believe.
2008.
2008. I was close.
2008. So
yeah,
like,
she probably heard of Iron Man. Like, she probably knows who he is, but
no, because she just does all her shit in space. She's a space hero. But like, at this moment, she had become.
She's had run-ins with Nick Fury at this point. Remember?
Yeah,
So,
but
like,
they don't talk.
Yeah, not on screen.
Because even at the end of Captain Marvel, she's all like, "Don't use this pager unless it's an emergency." Like,
right.
So like, a lot of people had questions like, "Why wasn't he using the pager for Avengers or the Avengers 2? Because that wasn't an emergency. He already got the Avengers. Fucking, if they lose, yeah, then I'll call Captain Marvel." I'm like,
Yeah. That's last ditch effort.
Yeah.
But yeah, she brings him back to Earth, and he wastes no time giving Cap the business. Like he's still malnourished and like cerebral palsy status,
Yeah.
and
He's on like dialysis and shit.
yeah, and he wastes no time telling everybody, even Captain Marvel, what the fuck he thinks.
He's like, I wanted a suit all over the planet, and like, I instantly would have been like, bitch, that's that Ultron shit. That like,
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, it was a fantastic scene because he was just like, "Look, I told you guys, fuck everybody's like freedoms. We could have prevented." I mean, like, he was just desperate. Like, he was just kind of grasping at straws. He didn't really realize what to do with the emotions that he was having because he went from thinking that he was gonna die in his sleep to now being back on Earth and
like
having all these emotions and like unrealized thoughts that he wasn't able to like actually communicate. That's just been bouncing around in his head for the last month.
yeah, but he's coming at Steve a little crazy though, because he's like, you weren't there when we fought against him. He's like, I fought against him 20 minutes later. Like,
Yeah, that going back and watching it again last night, like when he's giving Cap the business about that, I'm like, but you had the opportunity to call him and let your pride get the best of you before you stepped out of the sanctum sanctorum. Like you had the phone in your hand and you were still fighting Bruce on it. Like, oh yeah, me and Cap aren't on speaking terms. And Bruce was just like, the fuck do you mean speaking terms? Like the universe is at stake here. Like, grow up.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like, there could have been some warning shots. Like, there's anything. Like, hey, there's a big, huge threat here. Cap could have been on the phone, like, yeah, like literally the same thing's happening over here in fucking Paris or whatever the fuck we're at.
Right. Yeah. Going back and rewatching it, I mean, like, I get that he's still mad about like the Civil War, the stuff that happened with Civil War, because that's what he's referencing. That's what he's pissed off about. He wasn't on Earth long enough to realize what was or wasn't going on. Like he got napped up in Act One.
Yeah.
He wasn't there for Bruce calling Steve Rogers and having him go find Wanda and Vision. He wasn't around. He was off doing his own thing. But that also just goes to show. I mean, like, but you also got to think, what state of mind would you be in if you were basically starving to death in space for a month, and then you get brought back, and this guy that you just the last time you saw him, you guys were killing each other.
You're like you're like surviving off of like this like alien like beef jerky whatever type shit that Nebula doesn't need food. So like,
No, she's a robot, man. She'll be fine.
yeah, or she just doesn't need as much food because I think she's yeah. So like you're surviving off this alien beef jerky shit that like whatever they eat in space. I don't know.
Right. It's just all like dehydrated food.
Yeah.
It's like CREs. It's just reconstituted spaghetti and meatballs.
No, I think that was like a super powerful scene, dude. Because he's like falling over, dude. And he looks sick, and yeah, it's.
I mean, like I get it. Like I got where he was coming from. He was just like this resentment that he had been harboring and like holding on to for however long the process was between Civil War and this. I don't know what the timeline is. I don't know how long it's been. But it's been a grip. It's been a hot minute. And he's just been holding on to this because, like, Captain America's his best friend. Like, that's his guy. Like, they play off that Rhodey is supposed to be his best friend, like in the Iron Man movies. But Captain America is Tony Stark's best friend. Like, that's his guy. And he felt betrayed. And he felt hurt. And, like, I get why he was mad. But he just went off on this deep tangent about how Cap uh, left them. He was still mad, and I get it.
But like, and then there's that moment where like Rhodey, Rhodey was able to talk to him. I don't know if it was on scene or whatever. Rhodey's able is all like, probably like off screen. So he's all like, bro, like we fought motherfucker too, kicked all our asses, like even beat up fucking Wanda and Vision and Thor. And like none of us were able to stop him, bro. Like sorry.
Yeah, because there was a scene where he was just like, we all lost. Like all of us.
Fucking Tony Stark with the beard. Fuck yeah, dude. Or not Tony Stark. Steve Rogers with the beard, dude.
Yeah, that was hot.
And then he shaves it just so he could go to fucking talk with one of the Russo brothers, about how to cope with the people over 5 years, like with losing your loved ones and shit.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was kind of cool that Marvel put in there like what society's going through, because they don't ever really do that. The last time they did that, we got Civil War, remember?
Yeah.
Like the last time society got involved with the Avengers and imparted like what's going on with them, we got Civil War. But they didn't do anything with it, really. They just showed like the dilapidated cities, and
it was just showing how people were grieving, and like even in that post credit scene in Infinity War, like there was a dude flying a helicopter. He got dusted. Next thing you know, that thing's fucking crashing into buildings and fucking. It was chaos. It was pure chaos.
Yeah.
Like, you could have been like driving to work, and like half the people on the highway got dusted, dude. And now there's like a big ass traffic jam.
You call your boss, like, I swear to God, I'm on my way.
I don't know what happened, dude. All these cars are empty. What's going on?
Like, but you're still coming to work, right? Yeah, it's an emotional scene. And that's when they talk with Captain Marvel. And she's like, I got to go see what's going on elsewhere, man. Like, after they get Thanos. Because they go to get him.
Well, they find out where he is because they find an energy reading that's all like, oh, he used the fucking stones again.
Yeah, but that didn't tell them where he was, because initially, like, Carol Danvers was getting ready to leave and wasn't saying shit, and like Black Widow and Cap were just like, hey, where are you going? Like, we want in on this too. Like, we get, like, that's more of your domain, like up there, but like this is our fight. And Nebula steps in and is just like, I know right where he is. And then that's where they figure it out, and we find out that he destroyed the Infinity Stones, and then Thor beheads him, because Thor is an emotional wreck also, which I love, because it's just like, it just shows that, like, yeah, he's the god of thunder, but like he's also a person. Makes him a relatable character, which Marvel is fantastic at. Because who hasn't had their world fucking shattered and get stuck in this spiral of self-pity and like, I could have done that better. Like, I fucked up. Like, I really could have been better at that.
Yeah, because he's not even Fat Thor at this point.
No, that's 5 years later. Which Fat Thor, I love Fat Thor.
I like Fat Thor. This is just fucking Thor. This is this Thor that's just like, eh. And I don't know, Fat Thor also makes a bunch of sense later for fight, like, because now he's just been living on New Asgard for 5 years, like, just don't know what to do with himself. I love that shit.
Yeah, it's super relatable. Like, everybody's had a moment in their life like that. Now, it might not have lasted 5 years, but they've had those moments where they just felt defeated and didn't feel like there was any hope in doing anything. Like, they're just like, no, man, like, I gave it my best and my best wasn't good enough. Like, I'm done. I'm over it. I'm out. I love that Marvel does that. I love it so much.
It's good.
And that they did it with the God of Thunder. Like he even brings it up. He's like, I'm 1,500 years old and I've never lost. This was in the first one. This was in Infinity War when he was talking with Rocket because he had kind of a breakdown when they're on their way to go get Stormbreaker. He's like, I'm 1,500 years old and I've been in twice. I've killed twice as many people as how old I am. I've never lost. And I didn't, and he was just like, Thanos hasn't fought me, and Rocket's like, but he did. And he's like, yeah, but he hasn't fought me twice. And, and Rocket was just like, well, what happens if you're wrong? And like, he's like, then I have nothing else to lose. And I'm just like, oh, I've been there, bro. I've been there. Super relatable. I love it.
This shit was good, dude. We get we get Thanos is killed on his fucking. I like how he did his mission, and now he's just like he's just settling down, living a simple life, dude. Like he's not even like living in like a fancy house. He's just like living in a shack, dude, and he just fucking tends to his garden.
Yep. That's cool.
They show the Thanos scarecrow. That's a really iconic scene from the comic books and shit.
It's also that's a big like samurai thing. Like that's what they do like when they're retired. Which was rad.
Yeah, so he's just living the simple life, dude. And they show up to his doorstep. He's all like, yeah, I know where this is going, dude, guys. Just fucking just get it over with. You know, my mission's done.
Yeah. He's like, I won. His line was, I'm inevitable.
Yeah.
Which was, like, this guy really thought he was a god.
You know, like Thor cuts his head off. They're like, what did you do? It's like, I went for the head. You know, like I should have.
Yeah, Thor got his. He got his revenge.
But it's still not enough.
It's not, because it doesn't fix anything.
They can't fix anything.
Bring anybody back.
Thanos destroyed this. Yeah, I used the stones to destroy the stones. Like, God damn it. Like, you just used the stones yesterday. He's like, yeah, that's why they're gone.
And that's why half of my body's singed up. And then again, hope is taken from us. We have another, like, what are we going to do?
Yeah, they're like, no, there's no way, dude. There's a Spider-Man movie coming out in like 6 months. What's happening?
Yeah, we get the rug taken out from under us again. And then it cuts 5 years later. And that's where we have Captain
with the Joe Russo and
yeah. And it goes back to Black Widow eating her sad peanut butter sandwich after she just got done talking with Rocket, War Machine, and Carol. Like trying to like still have like this sense of purpose, or sense of control. She was just like, if anything goes sideways, you let me know. Like there's anything that she can do about it. Like still trying to just keep everybody together. Like try to keep some kind of semblance of what normalcy was for her before the blip.
And we cut to San Francisco, dude, where there's a fucking a rat that's running around in the quantum van.
Yep.
Ends up flipping some switches, dude. This rat ends up saving the fucking universe.
I know, dude. He doesn't get enough credit.
This rat is the #1 hero, because without this rat, there could have been any critter that's in there, but it was a rat. Without this rat, though, we wouldn't have been, like, Ant-Man wouldn't have been able to escape the quantum realm. And without quantum physics and quantum theories and technology, Tony Stark wouldn't have been able to figure out how to time travel overnight.
Yeah.
And that's just one night of PIM technology. That fucking Tony Stark just completely masters it.
It's ridiculous. Like if Pym and Stark wouldn't have had this like beef since like World War II or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
Like they would have advanced so far.
exactly. Oh, they could have saved the world.
Yeah. But Hank's a douchebag.
Hank's a douchebag. So when they're figuring out all this, or no, so Ant-Man comes back, dude. He's fucking. He don't know what the hell's going on, dude. It looks like the rapture has happened, pretty much.
Right.
Goes home. Goes home, sees his daughter's like fucking 5 years older. It's like, what the fuck is going on? You know, she tells him everything's going on off screen. So then he goes and like travels across the fucking country somehow.
Yeah.
Goes to the Avengers base,
which is in upstate New York.
Yeah. And travels across. Plane tickets are probably cheap. People are probably afraid to fly. You know, like
the line at TSA is nothing.
Yeah, they're like, hey, dude, like, I'm here to talk to like whoever, dude. Like, you guys remember me, dude? We're pals. They let him in, and he's like, you guys say this shit was 5 years, dude. But I've only been gone for
5
hours in the quantum realm. They're like, quantum what? Like, going through all this shit.
Yeah, he was like, do you guys have any familiarity with quantum physics? And Black Widow was just like, oh yeah, you know, just in conversation.
Yeah. So then we go and find Professor Hulk, dude, just fucking chilling at a diner. He's like, dude, yeah, figured it out, dude. I'm both at the same, you know, we're just kicking it. Fucking, he's got a bunch of fans.
A trope at like woke nation.
Is it?
Oh yeah, 100%. Because he was like, oh yeah, man, he was basically saying like, I found spirituality in yoga and was able to take the best parts of me that I thought were the worst parts of me and turned it into this one cohesive unit. Dude, he's wearing a fucking cardigan and Ray-Bans.
Hell yeah. He's got a bunch of fans and shit, dude. They're just running.
Yeah, he's just like, Hulk out, yeah. Damn.
Damn. Like, you know, you guys don't want my autograph? They're like, we don't even know who the fuck you are. You know? It's like, get in the picture. Come on. It's like, nah, I love that. Like, I've been in that type of shit too, bro. I'm all like, dude, I'm more famous than him. You know? Like, yeah, we don't know who you are. Hey, like one of my buddies is a writer, dude. And I taught him like everything he knows about writing, and then like he started fucking bringing out books and shit, dude. And I'm like, dude, I taught him everything he knows, and they're like, yeah, we don't know who you are though. You're not writing books,
right? I taught a buddy of mine how to cook and how to bake, and he just like goes ham with it and starts like taking like cheesecakes and everything to all of his friends and all of my friends, and they're just like, oh my god, your roommate. He's fantastic. I'm like, that motherfucker didn't know how to do shit 6 months ago. Like, fuck you. Yeah, we got that. They had already went and talked to Tony at this point because Tony told him no.
Yeah, he told him to go fuck yourself, dude. I'm being a dad. I'm a family man now.
Like, dude, which is understandable. Like, he got what he was looking for. He's got peace. He has his life figured out. He's got his family. He's got everything that he was searching for. And he tries to level with him. He's like, look, dude, I can't risk it. Like, no. Like, to me, it's not worth fucking up what I have to try to fix what other people don't.
But then him and Morgan are in the basement, and he sees that picture of Peter Parker, and he's all like, well, maybe I could probably bring him, like, if there's a way to bring him back, dude, like
let me play with it for a second. Like, let me just fuck it, I'll try. And then there's just that cute little scene where he figures it out and he sits down and he says shit, and Morgan's behind him and she's like, shit. And he's like, don't say that word. Only mommy can say that word. And she's like, what are you doing up? He's like, I got some important shit to do. And she looks at him like, fuck you, dude. That was a cute scene. I like their relationship.
I love it.
And then he threatens to sell off her toys if she doesn't go to sleep. And she just giggles. It was funny. I like that scene. And then we get the most, and this is out of nowhere. And this just goes to show what being happy for a good length of time will do for a person's view on the world. Because Pepper Potts has been very not understanding about Tony Stark and Iron Man. She was always just like, Tony, stay the fuck home. Like, fuck all that. Like, stay here with me. Like, I'm done with you. You can't make commitments. La da 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 woo woo. And he tells her that he figured it out. And he looks at her and he's ready for the spiel that he's used to. And he's like, I'll just put a pin in it. I'll put it all on a thumb drive and throw it in the lake. Like, and we'll go to bed. Like, we don't have to do it. And we just get the most understanding version of Pepper Potts we've ever seen. And she's just like, yeah, but will you be able to rest?
That boy don't sleep.
No.
That's why he fucking figured out how to time travel. And then he pulls in on the Audi.
The e-tron.
Like, after, like, they've already been doing some testing or whatever with Hulk, they keep throwing Ant-Man into this fucking shit. I mean, I know he's the guy because he's been doing it. They keep on throwing Ant-Man into this shit. And
he's just such a disposable person to everybody.
So, like, they turn him into an old man. They turn him into a baby. They do all this shit, dude. And fucking Tony Stark rolls in. He's like, oh, let me guess, dude. You turn him into a baby. Like, and he already knows.
He just nailed it. He's like, told you. Somebody could have warned you.
Hulk is all like, dude, I think this is an absolute success, which he's not wrong. Like, you know,
right,
like, you didn't figure out everything, but at least,
but in the world of science,
you were able to do some successful testing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a win. And he just shows up with the bracelet. Like, he's like, I already got a functioning way to do this.
Yeah. We just need some of that fucking PIM tech. We just need some PIM particles.
Yeah.
We can go anywhere we want.
At this point, they still have to get the band back together. Because he was just like, we're getting the team, right? And Cap's like, we're working on it. And then that's where we get Rocket and Nebula and Groot coming in. And then that's where we get War Machine's back.
Groot was dusted.
You're right. Groot was dusted. But yeah, that's where we get everybody's coming together, and then they venture off, and then this is where we get Fat Thor.
Oh yeah, they said they have to go to New Asgard.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers are just playing Fortnite and shit all day.
He's like, Thor, this kid called me a dickhead. He's back. Fucking Takiti or whatever, Wakai Takiti or however the fuck you say his name.
Yeah.
It's like, listen to you, new master. This is Thor, God of Thunder. I will come down there, rip your arms off, and shove it up your butt.
He goes nasty with him, man. Fuck Noob Master.
Yeah, fuck Noob Master. You call somebody a dickhead.
It's rude.
It's disrespectful. But again, we get Thor just struggling with his own mortality because he's realizing that he can't do everything now. Like he is stoppable.
Outside of his house is just fucking like empty, like a pile of empty kegs. Like,
and the only way they got him on the ship was Rocket's like, we got beer. He's just like, what kind?
It was funny as hell seeing this like Hulk on the back of the truck and the suspensions bouncing. I like shit like that. Good details.
Yeah. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. And they play back to like where like is when he comes up and he says hi to Valkyrie, and it's just like that also goes back like, oh yeah, they did meet back in um Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. And that's another thing about Valkyrie, dude. They name a character off of a whole
After a
fucking like
group.
tribe of people. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
But yeah, so they get the band back together. Natasha goes and gets Clint. He's being an emo kid with his mohawk and sleeve of tattoos, both of which he did not have before. He went full emo, and they bring everybody back together. They figure out their mission, and then they get sent off back in time.
hijinks ensue.
Time heist. Yeah, hijinks pursue, and it was great. Especially with my favorite part was where Tony, Cap, and Ant-Man go back to New York. But that's just I think it's more of like a nostalgic thing because they go back to the scene in the first movie, and like Hulk goes in, and then this is where because remember when we were talking about Doctor Strange, this scene got brought up because Hulk goes to visit the Sorcerer Supreme, the Ancient One, and she's talking about how like, oh yeah, Stephen Strange was supposed to be the best of us all. Woo woo woo. He's over there. He won't be over here till X amount of whatever. And how I was just like, oh yeah, and Doctor Strange, they didn't think about that. Like it was an afterthought.
Yeah.
Because in the original Doctor Strange movie, she didn't want anything to do with him. That was just how my mind put all that back together. But yeah,
No, I think that like she knew he was coming or whatever, and they had to test him to make sure that he knew he was worthy. They had to test him.
I don't think so, man, because she had to get talked into letting him back in. That dude had to have been like, look, he's been outside this whole time, like, and she was like, no, his arrogance, his ego, whatever. I'm not doing that. Fuck him. I don't think because when that movie was made, they didn't think about like Avengers Endgame. Like they had an idea, but like they like tried to like retcon, like try to say that he was supposed to be the savior of everything at that time, but in the original movie, he wasn't.
Dude, none of these movies have retroactive continuity, dude. It's all one cohesive. They planned it all from the very beginning, dude. Like, what are you talking about?
Dude, the whole thing was written just like Star Wars, had the whole story, and they just had to split it up into pieces.
They wrote like 10 years of scripts in like an hour.
Also, we could get Captain Marvel.
I mean, that's all we needed. We could just ended that right there. No problem. Like, boom, Captain Marvel.
Yep.
Then we
got everything we needed.
that was one of the best scenes though. And then fucking dude has to explain it to her. He's all like, "Yeah, we could take the stone from you now, but we're gonna use them, and then we're gonna give it back.
I promise. I'll bring it right back." And she's like, no.
They're like, damn it, Doctor Strange gave Thanos Time Stone. They're like, oh, Doctor Strange did it. Oh, never mind. Here you go. You can have it.
Right.
Sorry.
So that's how we get the Time Stone back.
And then we fail. We fail on getting the Tesseract back.
Yeah.
Fucking Loki steals it.
Because of Hulk.
And that's where we get the beginning of Loki season 1.
Yeah. Which we could talk about another.
We can talk about that. No, dude, we've already been recording for quite some time. Oh,
another episode. We got to finish this movie because we're only halfway through the fucking movie at this point.
Yeah,
and so much has already happened.
So a lot of that. Captain America fights Captain America because Captain America thinks it's Loki, but it's really fucking future Captain America. They make the whole reference about that's America's ass, you know, like, and
Hold on, I got PP.
all right. Tinkle, 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 little sky. How I wonder what is why. I don't know. I don't know. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Tinkle, tinkle, little sky. How I wonder what and why. That was a beautiful song, man. Like I can become a ghostwriter, a a not ghostwriter, a ghost writer. Um, I sang
The
a
song is
song.
great.
I sang a. Did you hear it?
Well, yeah, because my bathroom is right there.
No.
It was good. Now we're getting the Infinity Stones back.
Yeah. So we just got the time stone back from Hulk. Hulk fucking. We fail on getting the Tesseract, but then we still have the other one. That's in the suitcase. It's part of the spear. We got that, so we're getting that one. And Ronan and Natasha have to go and get the Soul Stone. They don't know the rules of the Soul. The only one who knew the rules of how to get the Soul Stone was Thanos.
Yeah. No, and Nebula. She just didn't say it because she was just like, "That's where my father killed my sister." She knew.
All right, but then fucking Nebula and War
Rhodey.
Machine
Yeah.
are all there. They go and get the one that's in the orb.
Oh
They knock
yeah.
out,
They
they
go
knock
back
out
to.
Peter Quill. They get
Yeah. And that's where shit gets turned sideways. Because I mean, aside from like Cap and Iron Man's little blunder with having to go like back even farther
yeah.
to get more Pym particles and the Tesseract.
This is when Nebula is hijacking herself because like she's getting cross networked
Yep.
or
She's
whatever.
like being under examination with Thanos, and they're just like, "Where is this feed coming from?" And Squidward was all like, "It's Nebula, but the timestamp is from 4 years in the future, or whatever, or 9 years, or whatever the time frame is."
Yeah.
And that's how Thanos gets brought back into the fight because he's like, "Oh," and then he sees that Gamora knows where the Soul Stone is, knows that like all this other stuff because he was just like he basically went to his documents file on the computer and typed in the keyword Infinity Stones, and everything just got brought up.
Yeah. That is where all the fuckery happens because then even like when Tony Stark and Steve Rogers are going on their time heist type part 2
Yeah,
where they got to go and get the the Tesseract from way earlier in time, but then they also got to fucking steal Pym particles so they can get back because they used up all their fucking Pym particles.
right.
Fucking good scene between Tony and Howard.
Yeah,
Um,
that was great.
like
He got to give his dad a hug.
this movie didn't really bring in any like action until the third act, really. Like
Yeah, and it wasn't a whole lot of action either.
because Infinity War was nonstop, fucking boom, 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 like in everywhere all at once. This one was just like going and facing the aftermath for a long time. And then when like they get all this shit back together, and then Hulk makes the snap, we think everything's great. And then next thing you know, Ant-Man fucking is getting caught in this explosion. Because the Nebula that we think we have back, we think that's OG Nebula, but no, she's Nebula from the past that hasn't gone through all this character arcs yet, dude.
Yeah, she just takes that gold plate off of Nebula's head.
Yeah, she just swaps some shit around. Yeah,
she paints a gold line on her face and comes back.
Yeah, and like to be fair, dude, she probably didn't even need to go through all that like cosmetic stuff just to look like the current Nebula, because like I don't think everyone was really paying attention. They're like, oh yeah, she's just a blue robot chick.
The only one that would have noticed would have been Rocket, because Rocket spent a lot of time with her.
Yeah, and Rocket
and Tony.
And yeah, you're right. Tony spent a lot. You're right. Never mind then. And like, and Rocket's just one of them people that just pays attention to detail of like everything. He can map out a room like type shit, dude, and fucking set a plan.
But we figured it out. Everybody's got their stones. Fucking, we lose Natasha. Like Clint still just being a little emo fuckboy. Like, oh, I did all of this stuff, so I don't deserve my family, which is going to be snapped back to reality momentarily. Like, I'm going to allow them to live without me because I did stuff that they never have to know about because they weren't around for it.
Well, there's that, and then like if his best friend also dies, then he's really got nothing, dude. So he'd rather be the best friend that dies because Natasha still has family with the Avengers. He doesn't give a fuck about the Avengers, dude. He's only in it because he's homies with Natasha. Like
he's only in it because he wants his family back, his wife and his kids.
I'm talking about the only reason he's like even does shit with the Avengers.
Oh yeah.
Because he's like he don't give a shit about the Avengers. So like now if his best friend dies and then the plan that they're doing doesn't even work, now he's really got nothing type shit, dude. Like
yeah. It was still the more logical choice for Natasha to die. To not even die, to be removed from play. But we get that. We go through that scene. We're back in present day Avengers Tower. And
well, because they're all like, where's Natasha? They're like, dude, she's gone. No, like, well, we'll just get her back. And the dude's all like, no, like, she can't.
Right. Hulk throws his little temper tantrum, tosses the bench.
Didn't even toss it that far for Hulk. You know, he's just like, oh.
I mean, it still took off, but yeah. They make a new gauntlet. They argue over who's gonna snap their fingers.
It's got to be my man Hulk.
And then Nebula is letting Thanos in. She's back. She's activating the quantum, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Because she's got the last of like the PIM particles, whatever type shit, so they can open up the thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Good shit, dude. This is when
we have our brief moment of hope because Hulk snaps his fingers.
You hear birds chirping. Yeah, like Hawkeye's phone rings. You hear birds chirping. Ant-Man's looking out the window. He's all like, dude, I think it works. Then boom.
And then they explode.
And this shit is fucking crazy.
This movie's an emotional roller coaster.
No, just like I I forget how like Cap and them are able to get out of the building, but like you have like an Ant-Man and Hawkeye fucking trying to like not make sure like nobody gets a hold of the gauntlet, and it's like, oh, this is good. This is good.
And then Thanos, when he finally shows up, he just sits down and it's just like, bring me the stones.
He's just on some boss shit, dude. Like,
Yeah.
fucking Thor and them fucking come out, dude. Fucking because I think it is Thor that's fighting him first. Or maybe Captain America's fighting him first because he gets his shield busted up. Tony
So
Stark
it's all
comes in.
three of them at first. All three of them are getting after it, and then it cuts back to like what's going on inside, and like Rocket's pinned, Ant-Man's on his way to save War Machine and Rocket. Clint's running from the demon dog things with and then he runs into Nebula, who he's like, "Oh hey, I recognize you. Here, take this." And she's just like, "I got the stones, father." And he's like, "Huh?" And then this is where we get Captain America holding Mjolnir.
Well, because we got Thor's like pinned down, and like Thanos is about to cut off his head with Stormbreaker.
Yep.
And next thing you know, dude, he's getting smacked by Mjolnir, and it flies back, and Thor's like a fucking like fangirling. Like, I always knew it was you.
Well, because in the first Avengers movie, I think it was the first one, or it was Ultron, where they're all like sitting around drinking and they're all trying to like pick up Mjolnir.
Yeah.
When Cap does it, it moves.
And
Thor was like,
I think he could have picked it up, but then he realized that he could pick it up and just fucking stop right away because he didn't want to embarrass his buddy.
I don't know, but it twitched, and Thor's heart went into his asshole for a second.
Yeah.
But then we have a great fight with all of that. He gets the gauntlet. No, he doesn't get the gauntlet.
He doesn't get it yet, dude. Like, there's a whole like everybody. At first, you hear Falcon go into Cap's communicator, like on your left, and that's when you get everybody coming in through Doctor Strange portals.
Right, because everybody's back now.
We got like all the Wakandans, dude. We got
Howard the Duck is in there.
Howard the Duck, dude. We got Valkyries. We got fucking Spider-Man. We got like everybody's back. Everybody's back. Like, just ready for fucking business.
And then the goosebump giving where like they're all there and they're all ready. And Captain America's like, "Avengers! Wow. Assemble." And then your nipples get hard because you're so fucking excited for what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Man.
It's fantastic.
It's a masterpiece of a movie.
Fucking boom, boom, boom. This is the Battle of Wakanda, fucking round 2 type shit, dude. It's like, now we got everybody, bro. Like, you can't stop us. And then you got the main 3. You got the main 3 still fighting Thanos. You know, the fucking if Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman is the Justice League's Holy Trinity, then fucking Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor is the Avengers Holy Trinity. You know, like, I remember there was this cartoon, Avengers United They Stand, came out in the 90s. And Captain America, Thor, and Tony Stark, they're not even in the show. They're in the show for like the first couple episodes, and then they're leaving it to like the new people, like Wonder Man and fucking I got Hawkeye's one of the new members, and Vision's one of them, and I don't know. The show's terrible, but
Yeah, but we all know Marvel animated shit's pretty much garbage.
yeah, I think that they do some cool stuff every once in a while. They had that Black Panther motion comic that was on BET back in the day.
They have a couple hitters, but overall, like, unless you know which ones to watch, you're probably gonna have a bad time watching Marvel
Oh,
animated
for
stuff.
sure, yeah, for sure.
We have a fight. We have to get, and then we finally find out that the quantum jump point is still around because Ant-Man's like, it's in the, do you see a brown van? And what was it, Valkyrie? I don't remember who it was. It might have been Wasp. It might have been Valkyrie. I don't remember. And they're like, yeah, but you're not gonna like where it's at. And it's like just in no man's land. It's in the dead zone. And now they have to get it there. So Ant-Man can go through the quantum realm and put everything back where it's supposed to be. And we have a cool scene, and then like Peter's still just being Peter, and like as he's meeting people, introducing himself to them. It's a fantastic scene.
It's good. There's good stuff. Then Peter's got the gauntlet. You know, he's fucking dodging and getting rid of everyone, and then A-Force comes in. I don't know if you know A-Force is an all-female Avengers team.
Yeah,
but, like A-Force
well,
comes
like,
in.
Captain Marvel hasn't come in yet, like because she at this point she's coming in. She had just like ran like Superman her way through Thanos' ship.
Which was badass. It was badass.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. And then because like Peter's getting overwhelmed, and she comes down and she's just like, "I'll take that. Like I got it."
We got and then Pepper Potts jumps in, Valkyrie jumps in, fucking Wasp jumps in. They're all like, "Yeah, we got this." Fucking boom. A lot of people thought that scene was super cringy. I didn't mind it.
It was a little, but I mean, at least that group of characters existed in the comic books, and it wasn't just another. We got to have our female audience feel recognized type thing.
Yeah. I liked it. It was good. They come in, dude. They're fucking, playing. I forgot how Thanos gets the gauntlet.
Well, so because it gets like knocked out of her hand, and it's like on the ground in front of like Tony, and he's like tries to scramble for it, and Thanos is there too, and then I want to say Thor comes in and Iron Man, and like there's just this big fight, and he gets his hands on it, and no, and then Doctor Strange is in there too. Doctor Strange is in this part of the scene because they go through the fight to try to keep the gauntlet away from Thanos, and they're doing a halfway decent job. And then like Captain Marvel comes in, and remember because like Thanos takes the one stone out because she was keeping his hand open.
Yeah,
And he takes it and like uses that for its power, and then like Iron Man is sitting there like battling with him, and he looks over to Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange puts his one finger up, which is back to the 1 in 14 million chance. Like there's that one situation where it works, and he's like, and Tony Stark is like, okay, I just got to do whatever at this point. Like whatever I do is going to work. And he just had to kind of like take a little bit of a leap of faith that whatever decision he made was going to work. And he takes all the stones out of the gauntlet without
it's so
Thanos
cool
throwing it.
that like he made the gauntlet out of his nanotech. So then when he was able to just have a grip on the gauntlet, his nanites were able to connect with one another, and he's secretly stealing the fucking stones. Like,
yeah. And Thanos doesn't realize it. Like he snaps his fingers and nothing happens. And
He
because he
says,
even
"I
says
am
his line again, he's like,
inevitable."
"I am inevitable."
Yeah.
What? And then
Man.
Iron Man, which is, and I think this scene um, plays homage to where in the first Avengers movie, you know, because remember how like Captain America was just like, you'll never be the guy,
Yeah.
like because like Tony actually has something to lose at this point, and his one of his stipulations for getting involved was that he has to keep what he has, otherwise he's out, and he did it, man. He jumped on the grenade. He
What
sacrificed
do they
himself for the
say?
greater
What do they
good.
say in the program? Fucking the only way to keep what you have is by giving it all away.
Yep. Yep. And yeah. And all of Thanos' army is gone. Thanos is gone. Iron Man dies. But he's trying so hard not to. Like he's fighting it tooth and nail. And Pepper Potts comes up and is just like, nah, dude, like it's cool. We're good. You can rest.
We're
And
gonna
drifts
have a
off.
fucking sick ass funeral for you though, bro. Fucking just you wait.
And then yeah. I mean we get the funeral. There's a couple other scenes that happen after that. I don't remember specifically what goes on. I think there was even a snapshot of like Scott with with Hope and his daughter like sitting in the living room or whatever. And like it just kind of shows everybody going back to their lives. And then we get the funeral. Movie's over.
Movie's over, man.
It's a fantastic movie.
Happy's gonna give Morgan all the cheeseburgers.
Oh, the cheeseburgers. Which fuck yeah, I want all the cheeseburgers. I like cheeseburgers.
I was at this Mexican restaurant in Belvedere when we were doing that Joe Biden gig. That motherfucking place sold cheeseburgers.
Dude, they all sell cheeseburgers. I went out for tacos with a couple buddies of mine a few months ago, and it was probably a year ago, now that I think about it. And we all got tacos, and he orders a cheeseburger and French fries. And I'm like, what? He's like, I had tacos for lunch. Okay.
Probably not bad cheeseburgers.
Probably not. I mean, it's hard to have a bad cheeseburger. To me, it's like pizza. Like, even the bad ones are still good.
I don't know, dude. I got like a freezer burned Jack's in my freezer, dude. Like it's been in there for so long.
But man, and honestly, with the MCU, they could have just called it quits with this.
I could have.
They could have just stopped making movies, could have focused on other shit. Because they have a whole story spanning over what, 10 years?
10 years, man.
And it was perfect. I mean, there was some stuff that like they didn't have the whole idea that like they just kind of threw in there, but like the story was perfect, man. No complaints about what happened. They pulled at the right heartstrings. They had the comic relief in the right spots. They really just had a masterpiece with what they did up until this point. And I don't know, man. It was perfect. I love it.
But then, well, we can talk the aftermath of Phase 4 on episode 5 on my channel, episode 5.
Episode 5 on your channel.
And then
which is linked in the description.
For
anybody that's made it to the end of this 3-hour podcast, because I'm terrible at getting all the right information out at the beginning.
We had the fucking, so we got like the Spider-Man movie It's the aftermath of Phase 4, and then just I think Black Widow fits in there. Like that one was under like production hell. It was like I don't know if it was supposed to be just like a Disney Plus thing, and then they're all like, "No, we'll go put it in theaters," and then they're like, "No, back to like they didn't know what they want to do with this Black Widow movie." A lot of people are like, "Should we even like she's dead? Like what? Like why do we even care?" But
right, like this should have happened years ago. Like, which
either way,
I
dude,
haven't seen. I saw Black Widow once and I fell asleep.
I think I saw it twice, but it was like I saw it one day, then I was like a couple weeks later saw it again. Like it wasn't anything crazy.
I mean, this isn't technically the end of this phase. Spider-Man Far From Home is.
Yeah, that's
But
what I'm saying. That's
like I
the
was saying, like,
aftermath of Phase 4.
yeah, I mean, to me, Spider-Man No Way Home starts the
It's
next
Phase
phase.
3, or it's the aftermath of Phase 3. That's right, right.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Phase 4.
The bullshit that we have with the phase that we have going on now that they're not 100% sure what to do with for the MCU. Because they started focusing on Kang.
And like just doing TV
and
shows
like
and shit.
yeah, and then now their whole big thing is Secret Wars, so they got to figure out how to like wrap up this whole Kang Dynasty bullshit.
Like I said, like they don't. It might not even get wrapped up how they originally planned.
Which is fine because, like, I mean, Kang's cool, but this doesn't have my attention like the Avengers stuff did. It seems like they really didn't they're not putting as much effort into it, and I think they're getting lazy.
I don't know. Like I think they might be coming back because this ending of Loki season 2.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's like I think all of Loki, like the Loki season 1 and season 2, the writers we find out wrote the whole fucking thing as just like season 1's part 1 of a story, like on some like Avengers Infinity game type shit. So like it's season 1 and 2 are both like one whole story just broken up,
Right.
which is I like it. I think it's really good.
Which I think they should do that with the TV shows anyways. Like pick like a cool story arc from the comic books that spans over, like 30, 40 issues and turn it into seasons. Turn it into a TV show.
They don't know what they're doing.
Rad.
Apparently like reports of like the Blade movie, or like it's not even be focused on Blade, it's going to be focused on other characters and then Blade's just in it type shit. I'm all like, don't call it Blade. Right. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. It seems like right now Marvel's just kind of scrambling to put shit out to kind of stay relevant while they figure out what they actually want to do.
Yeah. Marvel do.
I mean, they don't have to try that hard because even with the hot garbage that the MCU is probably going to be coming out with, with like the Craven movie and Madam Web, and
that's Sony, dude. That's Sony bullshit.
Yeah, but it's still Marvel. It's still Marvel. I think they're just kind of letting this shit happen while they figure out what's going on.
Yeah, dude, Madam Web does look kind of like ass, doesn't it?
I saw the trailer for it yesterday, and like, it looks cool, but it's just like, why are we making Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man? Like, these characters aren't always strong enough. I mean, Venom was definitely a character that was strong enough to stand on his own and have his own series, but I mean, the movies were fun, but they still should have kind of tied in Spider-Man a little bit more. But that's my opinion.
I need to watch a better version of the Carnage movie. Like I watched a cam rip of Carnage.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it looks so bad.
It was a fun movie. I had a good time with it.
I really liked Morbius also.
I haven't seen Morbius.
People hate Jared Leto, dude. Like I don't mind him, dude. I think he's good.
I got no gripes with the guy. I like 30 Seconds to Mars. Like, I'm cool with it.
I don't know if I know any of their music, but like I probably have heard their shit and enjoyed it.
You would definitely know like The Kill and like From Yesterday. The Kill was their big song. You would 100% know that song.
I'll check out some of their stuff in a second. It's gonna be after I watch Fast X though. Like it's
But man, we did a good job. We 3 hours. We got it like right on the money.
dude, right?
It's still long.
Good shit, man. Stay tuned for the other parts. It's probably gonna be after Thanksgiving. We got family shit to do.
After the holidays for sure. But I'm happy we're doing this. I'm having a good time. I get to rewatch these movies with a purpose now instead of just being a dork sitting by myself watching superhero movies.
That's the best time to do it.
I love it. Yeah, for those that have stuck around this long, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe on Sky Comics. Make sure to go over and subscribe to Tim's. Wow, brain fart. Go over and subscribe to Tim's channel. That's where you're going to find the previous two other episodes and the next episode that we're going to be doing. And he's got a lot of cool stuff on there too. He just did what was that podcast you just did with
I did a cool ass shit with this Dragon Ball YouTuber Quaman. We talked about anime theories. And like we did something super cool where he also went live on his channel and we interacted with his live chat while recording live on my end too. Like it was super fun. It was super fun.
Heck yeah. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Tim's always got stuff going on with him and his friends. I got videos that come out once a week on my channel, so make sure to tap that little bell and it'll let you know when I upload stuff. Be sure to follow the socials. Everything is linked in the description. There's also a link to W Energy Drinks. If you follow the link, you get 10% off your purchase with my code, but you got to use my link and you get 10% off of your energy drinks and shakers, and there's merch and stuff like that. So check that out. That helps out the channel a lot. I do giveaways on my Instagram. I got one coming up. I'm going to try to get it done for Christmas, so the book will show up for Christmas. But we'll see what happens. Make sure to follow my Instagram and my TikTok. Everything's going to be down in the description. Tim, if you got any socials that you want people to follow.
I mean, like, you can follow my Instagram, dude. I put some of my stand-up comedy on there. It's at Big Bone Timon. Other than that, dude, like I have Twitter. I don't use it. I'm on Facebook. You can follow my Facebook probably. Like I'm not going to accept any friend requests from people I don't know, but like you could follow, see what I do there. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's us, man. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for watching. If you're new, thanks for checking us out. I noticed we did have 2 viewers viewing live. One of them was a friend of mine, and they fell asleep, I guess. But thanks for coming back. Thanks for watching. Stay beautiful.